Welcome back, everybody, to the Average Overlanders podcast. I'm Jared.
And I'm Ben.
And hanging out with us tonight, we got Scott from Icon, actually.
Howdy.
We might do some shock talk.
Talking shock.
Talking shock?
Talking shock. Shock and aw? I don't know.
I like the music, by the way. Did you guys make that?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Never mind. No. I was jamming out, and we have no musical talent.
No.
I think we found it on some like free podcast intro outro music
or something.
Probably just went to Google and did it.
Intro-outromusic.com.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's kind of funny is I watched that Matthew McConaughey, self-help type of thing or whatever.
Yeah, he did that big thing.
He had our intro outro music on his.
Oh, see, he's copying our style.
I'm like, come on, man.
We need to get royalties.
I know. We got to pay the original. I don't even know who it is.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
But who used it first? That's what it comes down to,
I mean,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we were first.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out, man. I know it was an extremely long drive and everything, but really appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You got a sweet setup. It seems fun.
Yeah. We actually, first time I ran into you out at Olaf back in like over a year ago, probably.
Last fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Halloweenish, or I don't know.
It was October. It was his
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
That's what it is.
That's what it was. Yep. Up at Holcomb Valley, and it dumped rain on us the entire time. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. My shift pod is filled with mold after that because I didn't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't air it out?
I did not.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went to Joshua Tree a few months later, and I was like, I got my shift pod. I have buddies stand with me, open it up, filled mold everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
like bad or?
I mean, I still slept in it. So
I might wheeze a little bit now and then, but
it wasn't. It smelled musty, but I mean, I didn't die.
Still here.
yeah.
Not yet, at least.
You bleach it out and all that.
I haven't yet. It's
He just put it away.
Back away for the next trip.
yeah. Before I take it out again, I will for sure. I'll hit up those guys and be like, "Hey, what do you use to clean this?"
Hey, Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would just go in there with some freaking bleach and we'll spray bottle it and
Lysol it up in a
Bucket.
scrubber pad.
go to town
Yeah. I always try to open it up
without ruining the
within a day or two.
Mylar effect to it or something.
Yeah.
It's funny because it'd been rained on before and it wasn't like a problem, but it rained like a lot.
That one was bad though, because that was the first time I actually slept in a shift pod. Or no, the second time I slept in a shift pod without that event, and it was first time in the rain though, and there was a lot of water. I think we were like sitting in a little lake or river.
So Jared loves to pick the low point in the dirt.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And all the water was pooling down by him, and he was wondering why he was soaking wet.
this is so weird. Yeah, we had like a 10 or 8-inch air mattress in there, and it was still our cup blankets and shit were all getting wet and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that was a good time though. There was a lot of rain. There was a little bit of hail too, if I remember correctly. But I felt bad for the vendors because the one day that the vendors were showing, it was just like downpour, and nobody was really wanting to walk around in the rain.
It happens. We're just there to hang out anyway. It's not like we're there slinging shocks to.
Right.
Most of you guys that are there already got them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I will say at that event, I won your Arctic water thing. Yeah, your double wall insulated or whatever cup.
Yeah,
The,
I actually have it in my
Yeah.
I have it in my truck.
Arctic, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they work good. That's what I normally drink my Mars out of, to be honest.
Yeah, especially the 32
Keeps them nice and
ouncer.
chilled, Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, me too. I love that thing. So thank you. Appreciate
Didn't you guys win a bunch of those raffles? That
That was Adam.
that was Adam.
Adam,
I knew
he
it
was sitting
one
at the
of y'all.
table with us, and he won like just about everything.
He won like light bars, wheels.
Yeah, you got a set of wheels, freaking light bars, everything.
He
Between
won
him
so
and
much.
Allie, just cleaned up everything.
She won our radios. I remember that.
Yeah.
Or not our radios. She won the same radio that I won because I won a radio that time, and I won a winch.
Are you allowed to win? No.
Hey, he donates.
I buy
you
the
get a
tickets.
ticket, you get a
I
ticket.
mean, they have raffles, so money's money, right?
Right?
Yeah, they'll take it.
Now, if we won,
If you win icon stuff,
correct,
that'd
I'll
be
just
weird.
yeah, I won't take that because that's
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
conflict of interest, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Allie won the exact same cup I was just talking about. She got same one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She won a lot of a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, that girl cleaned up the previous Olaf. She won that Falcon fridge.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I never win shit.
do you know if he's doing it again this October?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
that was
don't
a fun
know.
one.
I think. I know the last few got kind of canceled and rescheduled and stuff, but I hope so. It's dope.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Is it Pure 4x4 or somebody's doing it?
That's this weekend.
That's this weekend. They're doing it up there, right?
No, next weekend. Sorry.
Okay. Or no,
August
actually,
6th.
it would be this weekend if you're listening to this podcast because that will be in 2 weeks.
True.
Got to have time to edit it. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, so because I got asked by Opt Off Road, they were like, "Hey, are you going to the Pure 4x4 event?" And I'm like,
Oh, yeah, they
when
like
is
to go to
that?
those.
And so it's August 6th, I believe.
I don't know how I feel about those. Not to knock anything. I mean, if that's your style, but like when I just watch like videos of their previous events and stuff like that, and they're kind of just like big parties in the woods. And I usually go to the woods to get away from people.
But isn't Olaf kind of a party to a degree?
It is, but yeah.
I know one
Not
year
so
there was like a rave or something going on at
Oh, really?
like right next to me.
Oh,
I heard about that.
that
Yeah.
might be somebody's individual.
Yeah, but, I mean,
Yeah, because usually it's all centered around like the vendor area and like, you know, the covered area where they do the raffles and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't want to party, you can kind of go off to the outside skirts. So yeah, I guess so.
there's a party section. How about
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I just remember Rory riding around in his Razor or whatever it is,
yeah.
his side by side, just
Yeah.
yelling at people. That's all I remember. But yeah, no. Hopefully he doesn't have it this year. It's
Yeah,
always
it
a
was
good time. It kind of closes out the summer for me. But because I haven't been able to camp at all this summer. So far, it's already August next week.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll
So-
be plenty hot all through winter, I'm sure. You can taste summer.
time
Yeah.
flies when you work all the time.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, so I have to ask you, I mean, you work for Icon, you go to a lot of events, you go to a lot of the cool things that we actually kind of pay to go to. I know it's work, but I mean, do you ever get out and able to do your own trips?
Rarely, to be honest. I mean, most of the time, like I do this so much that when I have a weekend off, I have, you know, tours and, you know, things to do. So not as much as I used to, but it, you know, it's okay. It's one of those things where I get my fix and get paid to do it sometimes.
Yeah, ain't too bad.
There's worse ways to make a living, boys.
Right?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I miss when I was working, because I do marketing. I was working with Honeycue Genesis, and it was the car industry. I do miss that because it didn't really feel like work, you know?
Yeah.
Just hanging out with a bunch
Doing
of
stuff you like to
people.
do anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all stuff I would do anyways, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It's just one of those things where, like, you know, you work all
Yeah.
weekend, but then you have to be in the office on Monday. And so that tends to string together and like, oh, I've worked 3 weeks straight now. Like it's, I need to mow my grass kind of scenario.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, hopefully they do give you some time off. If you work the weekend, do you get like a Monday, Tuesday off or something like that?
Technically, but I don't always take it. I got, you know,
There's shit to be done.
yeah, got stuff to do. The work will always be waiting for me, and no day off goes unpunished. I say so.
Jesus, I know that all too well.
I just came back from like a 10-day vacation and I'm like, fuck, now I'm just trying to catch up.
Oh,
Just
same.
buried. I'm just like,
Yeah, I was in Wyoming last week, and I've still got probably 50 emails that I've flagged that I'm going to get back to him today, and we're Wednesday now. So if I haven't replied to you, I'm sorry. I promise. Very
You know
soon.
what? You probably will have replied by the time this airs. So
I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
good to go.
I
if
appreciate
you're
your
listening to
optimism.
this, if it still hasn't gotten to you,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
then take
You
it
got some
personal.
problems.
Yeah, it's personal now.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Wyoming?
Visiting my girlfriend's dad.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, it's I'd never been to Wyoming. It was cool.
Oh, it's beautiful up there, right?
It's
Yeah.
it's BFE where he lived. It's like
Oh, okay.
Thane-
It's actually kind
Thane,
of cool.
I think. Yeah, it's kind of near Idaho.
Oh,
Yeah, right-
okay.
right. It's not
Right up in that
like-
corner. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was super cool. Like it was super
Near like
small
Jackson
town.
Hole and stuff, or
I think it's a couple hours to Jackson Hole.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the map
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that well, but like it was cool. Went up, rode some quads, did some fishing, floated down the river.
oh,
Hell yeah.
cool. It was hot up there, right?
It's like 80.
Yeah.
I mean, cooler than here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
Hot for there.
it felt hot. I
Yeah,
mean,
while you're
wasn't
out
like,
there.
You know, it was not like I need a jacket or anything. But,
Yeah.
but it was better than 107 or whatever it was here while we were gone.
Bonkers, dude.
Yeah, it was like 100 earlier today when I was picking up my truck from the dealership.
Yeah.
It was like 102 or something like that. It's crazy. But you mentioned fishing. What kind of fishing do you do? Like fly fishing or?
Oh, I'm not an avid fisherman. We caught fish.
You hand me a pole and I'll throw out the line.
Yeah. It was the easiest fishing I've ever done. We were just pulling them out, man.
Really?
Just stream fishing, man.
It was a creek. We were right by a dam. So it was kind of like a little
bunch of them in of it.
lake area, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't like reservoir-y, but it was, it wasn't a flowing stream either. And we limited out in like an hour.
Jeez.
So
Jeez, really?
Yeah. And then we were just catching them and throwing them back because
something to do. Fun, yeah.
But went back to the house, smoked them up, and ate them with crackers.
Really?
What kind of fish were they? Like trout?
Brown trout, some rainbow trout, and again, I don't know fish, but they were
they were delicious.
Cutmouth.
Okay.
I don't know. They look like trout to me, but they had like some sort of like
extra red
gills or
something. Yeah, I don't know. They taste good.
Delicious.
Yeah. Tastes like fish.
Right on, man. Yeah, I was watching. We have a buddy named Herb, and his family has a property up in Idaho, and he was up there this past week.
He would know, yeah.
And he's just out there fishing. I'm just like, oh my God.
Living the life.
Looks so beautiful up there, man. So
yeah, we did that after Expo. We went up to Montana and Wyoming and stuff like that, and we were like picking out places we want to move already. We're like, well, California, time to go there.
Yeah, Montana is somewhere I've always wanted to check out.
Yeah, it's rad.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, and I don't know why. You ever seen Hunt for Red October?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So the guy
Robert Redford.
No,
right?
No, it's the Sean
Connery one.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then
Alec Baldwin or something, wasn't it?
Alec Baldwin. Yeah. And then the guy that played Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park. I don't know the actor's name.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like the
first mate
officer.
or something.
Yeah. Like I always wanted to visit Montana kind of thing.
Oh, that's right.
And ever since then, I was like, that sounds so fucking cool.
It's because of that. That's right.
I grew up on Jurassic Park. I like that guy.
Yep. He's a Russian then, though, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, he's a Rusky.
They're all really bad accents.
Yeah,
and Sean Connery's Scottish-Russian accent.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was like a Scottish accent when he was so bad, dude.
Now I got to go watch that movie tonight.
Dude, it's a classic. I know. Well, we've just been watching like on HBO or whatever, like Tom Clancy, or the Jack Ryan, series. And
that's who Alec Baldwin was.
Exactly. So that was one of the shows, but like Jess has never seen the old movies and stuff with like Harrison Ford when he was Jack Ryan. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go watch all the old ones.
Are they all connected?
It's supposedly the same character, but like in different timelines or like but they all follow the same story. He's got the same wife, same friends, and it's a trip. Cool. It's always a different actor though, but yeah,
kind of a James Bondish.
Yeah, exactly, same thing. There's always a guy playing James Bond. Who knows?
That was also Sean Connery.
Yeah, bringing it back
Robert
to Sean
Redford.
Connery. Yeah. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, maybe, but
yeah exactly. So you had a good time. So that seemed like it was time off. It wasn't work, right?
It was not work. No, that was my first.
The
vacation
rare,
in a long time.
the rare vacation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I did see some Overlanders on the trail when we were riding quads, though.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting after it. Nice.
Yeah. And I told the family, like, hey, those are Overlanders.
This is what overlanding is. Yes.
And
look, a rare Overlander in the wild. Not in a shopping mall parking lot. Wow.
Yeah, but they had Jeeps and trailers, and they were all set up.
Oh, they're about it. Nice.
Yeah. They're out wheeling. Wheeling. It was a dirt road.
Yeah, fire road.
Fire road.
That's most of what we're doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
The occasional obstacle comes up, and we're like, oh, yes, I'm getting technical.
I didn't even engage my lockers.
Flexing out right now. Check it out.
Water crossing.
Yeah, it's a puddle or something. Yeah. My tires got
use
wet.
my snorkel. Hey, I will say that snorkel is kind of nice that I put on there. Well, sorry, that you put on there that I helped.
Yeah.
We went in Mojave, what was it, 2 years ago, I think. The water was like super deep. So they do come in handy.
You never know.
But I get made fun of more than I do use it.
The Dorkel.
Yeah, the Dorkel.
Yeah.
I've known dudes that hydrolock their truck, man.
Yeah, we have too.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Going through
there.
that same,
I was there. The one time that I didn't hydrolock, a Tundra did.
Yeah.
Brand new Tundra, had like 2,000 miles on it.
Who was that? I feel like I know that story.
He's out of Vegas. It was like a Mansu Tundra.
Or Mansu Tundra, yeah.
Gotcha. I don't remember the name, but it sounds familiar. It was like a brand new one, and
2,000 miles. He ended up warranting it out. He ended up,
yeah,
dude. I don't know how it happened.
Genius.
pulled the plugs and just turned it over until it
fell fire.
Yep, or until at least cleared the water out.
Cleared all the water out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. It was kind of funny because we used a diesel heater to air out his air filter.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, hot air. Just
Yeah, we were just like
a blow dryer.
And he ended up melting the plastic rim.
Got a little too hot.
A little too hot.
Nice,
But
nice.
yeah, the diesel heaters, man, they come in handy.
More
For
ways than
something.
one.
I was gonna say I've never used it for getting heat in my tent, but yeah.
That's right, because you had to build your own.
Yeah, I was a dumbass and tried to build my own. I'm like, I'll save $5 and build my own. Yeah. Stupid.
Does it work?
In theory.
That's
Yeah. No, it worked. I tested in my garage and it works in my garage, but I've never
Not when he's
used it.
cold.
Never when I've needed it. Never when I've needed it. The one time I took it out in like 19-degree weather, it didn't work, I don't think.
No,
I just
you
gave
were
up.
frozen that night because you was up in Arizona.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. It was Thanksgiving. Fuck.
See, I remember.
He remembers more than I do. I'm getting old.
It happens. I've got a heater buddy. They work.
Yeah.
That's what I've used for years.
Yeah.
It always worked great.
You know you have to leave a window open in the tent though?
Yeah, for the
I didn't.
CO2.
Just don't
oh,
die.
you get the headache and shit.
I didn't get a headache, but like it wouldn't turn on. And
Oh,
like,
really?
In the middle of the
Oh,
night,
the
I woke
CO2
up.
built up in the.
Yeah, and like I woke up not freezing, and it wouldn't. I'm like, oh, this damn thing's broken. You know, I got a bad one. It was the first time I used it, and then I realized like
Propane
it smells funny in here, and so. But yeah, you leave a window open. That's counterintuitive.
You should anyways, just so you don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. So
It also helps out with the condensation.
yeah, the condensation too. Then
Yeah, because diesel heaters, the benefit of those is you don't build up condensation.
just dry air.
It's just like dry air, like kind of like a heater for a house, right?
Interesting.
But if
But
you
when the
if you have
propane
the-
burns, it leaves moisture in the air.
That's right. Chemistry.
Science.
Overlander science,
So what truck do you drive then?
I've got an 07 Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gen 2,
Gen
4.0.
4 liters of fury.
That's right.
Mine's extra spicy for whatever reason.
Spicy.
Why is this?
I don't know. It feels, and I've not to toot my own horn, but people say I got like a Wednesday at like
Yeah.
like
Not a
11
Monday or
a.m. model
Friday.
or something.
Nice.
But she's quick for what she is.
Yeah,
I
take care of her.
I would say I get like tuner vibes from you.
No,
you're
I've
never tuner
done-
guy?
I would.
Oh, okay.
Like wait, tuner like we're talking
Cars and shit. Like
like Hondas and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
no. Okay.
No. I had a Corolla once, but that doesn't count.
No. That's
I mean, it could. Depends what kind of Corolla. 886.
Oh, okay. Okay.
01 Corolla LE.
Ooh, gas saver.
Yeah.
Economy car.
Yep.
I
Have
think
to
my
turn-
stepmom had one of those.
probably. You know, that little round bubbly ones.
Yeah.
You have
With
to
the
turn off-
beige.
Did they modeled that one
Beige
Lexus
interior.
off,
Yep.
Lexus off of? Like they had the Lexus version and then like the Toyota version. They were like identical almost.
They
It
do
was like
that
the
now.
poor man's Lexus. Well, they do that now, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It
They
was
all share parts.
yeah.
badge engineering.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, Tacoma's dope.
Perception of value. Go ahead.
Yeah, second gen. That's pretty rad though.
Yeah. She's blue with a white fender and
A white fender.
a single white fender.
I was like, oh, did he glass it? Like, what's
yeah,
the
yeah,
deal?
what's
Like-
up?
it's glass. They were originally painted, and then I managed to wrap it around a foam pole in the middle of Ocotillo Wells and
Oof.
never painted it again.
Oh, so do you have like a long travel setup on it or?
No, it's got the scared cat look with fiberglass and a stock width icon setup on it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, LT was the plan. It just never,
Yeah, it's expensive.
slightly.
Does Icon offer long travel kits and all that kind of stuff for a taco?
We don't do the kits, but we do shocks and stuff for it.
Okay.
Like normally we'd run, Chaos or any of the other number of guys. That's kind
For
of what
the
we don't
A-arms
do.
and all that kind of stuff. You don't mess with those.
Yeah,
Not
it's
for long travel. Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
players
else.
in the game, and we always there's a snowball along with that because you got to change so much stuff. That's just never been our gig. But we'll make shocks for it all day.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Some nice resis.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're more of a desert guy.
Yeah, my truck's 2-wheel drive, so it's kind of the only place it's good for. I built it like I'm going to center mount this thing and pre-runner and
Yeah.
I kind of like the pre-runner vibes. Not
A
gonna
lot
lie.
of people
fun.
go into that. I know a lot of people have like been into the overlanding scene for a while, and they just get that want to go fast bug, and now like they're getting rid of their overland rigs, and they're converting them from the overlandy setup to lightweight and high speed.
what'd you call it earlier? Baja landing.
Yeah,
Baja
Baja
landing.
landing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I rode with our buddy Brandon. He has a Gladiator on like 38s or something like that, 39s or whatever. But he's got like a full setup. I don't even know what shocks he has. It doesn't matter. But man, we were out in Johnson Valley and we were doing like 65, 70.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was like, man, this is fucking cool.
This is fun.
Gladiators are cool, man. Like honestly, like I'm kind of a Toyota nerd, but like
No, they're legit.
my next wheeling rig, I kind of want a Gladiator, to be honest.
They're solid setups, man. Yeah.
Like the one we have, I mean, it's on 40s, and so it's kind of
course.
but it makes you feel like you're really good at wheeling.
Yeah, right.
Like it just goes. Like come up the first time I did John Bull, I was in that thing, and I was like, I don't know, man. The gatekeeper. I'm like,
Oh shit. Yeah.
Am I as good as I think I am? I didn't have to do anything. It just went. So
Yeah.
cheater truck.
Disconnect the sway bars.
Let her go.
Yeah. Cheat codes.
Yeah, G codes. Yeah.
40s and lockers and no sway bars. Yeah. There you go.
Makes it a little easier.
Just point in the direction you want to go and let it happen.
Yeah. Air down. Just make it a little bit more comfortable. That's all.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just make it a little squishier. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, working for Icon, we kind of like skipped over this. So what exactly do you do for Icon? I mean, you obviously go traveling and doing some shows and stuff because you mentioned that, but what exactly do you do there?
My main gig is I'm the data guy, basically. I do the product descriptions and organize big giant spreadsheets so that you can see it on the website, and so our dealers can download everything and they can put it on their websites, that sort of thing. And so that's primarily what I do all day long. But I'm the tech guy. As Rory calls me, I'm the voice, and I go to the events and stuff like that. So all the videos we do, normally I do the talking over and
Little voiceovers and all that. Yeah.
show
You do have the voice.
I know.
That's what everyone says.
Radio
I don't,
voice. Yeah.
whatever you say, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I do a lot of different stuff. Like, I kind of joke. Remember those Venn diagrams?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if we were to look at like sales and marketing and engineering a little bit, I'm kind of that spot in the middle.
Yeah.
My face. So, keeps me busy.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's always something to do.
And they drag you out to like the events and all that kind of stuff, like the expos and whatever. And
It's not really so much of a drag. I like going to those.
Yeah.
It's
well, yeah.
that's the fun part of the job.
Yeah.
It's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll quote unquote
Air
work.
quotes. Yeah.
Versus like today I did spreadsheets all day, which is very much work. But it's
Get that screen time.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm a professional copy and paster.
Yeah.
Dude, that's all I was doing today, by the way. And we'll get into that later, but it's Control C, Control V, baby.
Right.
All day long.
The C and the V are actually worn off of my keyboard.
Right.
You know what mine is Control Z. I'm like, oh shit. Undo.
Don't.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. So you get to go to all the events. You probably meet a lot of people. I mean, you were just on another podcast as well. So you got a lot of friends in the industry, and
I know a few people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're all friends in this community. You can say it's very small, like as big as it feels. it's
Surprisingly,
not. Like everyone knows everybody else, and everyone has worked everywhere else, kind of thing. Like it's one of those things.
Yeah. Any industry is like that. Everybody knows everybody, and like I'm in construction. So, but if I'll go to another construction company, and everybody there already knows everybody else that's been in the industry for like ever. So that's fun.
same with internet marketing. I know everybody at every agency and every in-house position.
Yeah, it's just silly. Yeah.
So that's cool, man. So, I must ask, since you do all these events, you go to all these different places and everything else, what's one of your favorite, I don't want to ask you what your favorite is, but what's one of your favorite events that's most memorable, coolest location?
Have you done like all 4 expos?
Like Overland Expos?
Yeah.
No, the only one I've ever been to is West, actually.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
And
you missed your Pacific Northwest opportunity, unfortunately. But yeah.
Semi truck ruined that one.
Yeah.
I mean, expos are cool, but that's mostly we're in the booth slinging stuff.
So you actually have to. You're busy,
right?
Yeah.
My favorite one's Hammers, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one is.
Well, can I ask you why? I mean, I can think of all the reasons why, but also
Yeah, I got my
not
own
why.
reasons, but
Because
yeah.
I love hammers. We've been going for years, but I always walk away with like hammer lug, and I'm like, why did I do that?
I'm not doing it again next year. Yeah.
But in the moment, I'm like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever. People are just total carnage, like at Backdoor and Chocolate Thunder.
It's like I like the chaos of it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Like the at any moment we could die. Kind of thing,
Yeah,
pretty much, dude.
from something,
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's race cars are fun, and
Right.
we usually get to play with a few race cars while we're out there, so that's makes it more funner. And I don't know, camping, wheeling.
Yeah.
I mean,
A little of everything. You're in the desert.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
That's what you like.
That's your
to do.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always look forward to that one. As far like most of the other ones we go to are booth related.
Yeah.
I take that back. What is it called? I always call it Sand Hollow, but it's Trail Hero. We usually go to that
okay.
one. That's
yeah.
at Sand Hollow State Park. Mm-hmm. The wheeling's really cool there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to do any wheeling. We stayed after summer camp on our way back from Utah, like northern Utah. We stayed at San Jose State Park, but by the lake there. I don't know if there's multiple lakes, but one of the lakes was right there. And it was beautiful, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. I've only driven through there. We didn't get to camp there. We actually drove through there on our way back, and we were blowing through though.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go like to the wheeling trails. It's all dunes. You have to go through dunes to get there.
Oh, that's
So,
kind of
Oh,
cool.
really?
yeah, it's like it's kind of like Johnson Valley where you've got a little bit of everything, but
Okay.
there's a lot of dunes at Sand Hollow.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing I've done like the least in my time, so that's like feels new, and
Yeah.
different, because
Does it get pretty crowded out there? Like if you're going to Ocotillo or Klamath or something?
I would assume so. I mean, Trail Hero is pretty crowded,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's true. Just that would bring a big crowd on its own. But I'm just wondering if how on a regular weekend or something like that, if it'd be bonkers.
never been, to be honest,
Yeah.
on an off weekend.
Huh.
So
Let us know in the comments. No.
yeah, right.
I know Matt's off-road recovery is pretty busy up there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got to pull them out.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, everybody out there getting their mom's or their dad's truck stuck and shit.
Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
why not? Yeah. So what? So Icon shocks. What's what steps them up above everybody else here?
In terms of just like why are we the best shock brand on the planet?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
What separates you from the competition?
Well, honestly, the shocks are great.
Yeah.
Like they're high end shocks. I used to joke about it all the time, but now it's kind of come to fruition. Like we're part of the big three. You got Fox and King and now Icon. We're like we're there, even though we're significantly smaller than the rest of those guys. But
You're in that same conversation right up there with them, though.
totally. But they just make shocks when we kind of do everything else to
although-
go along with it. So the
Kind of like your one-stop shop. You can get your whole suspension setup.
right, and the sum of the parts is better than the individual, or I forget how whatever
some
that
saying
cliche
that
is.
yeah.
So like, I mean, if you make shocks, a cool shock is a cool shock, but like, what are you putting it on, and what's it pairing with it, and when you have these multiple different companies that make the stuff, you're limited by what you can do. And since we make it all, we can do kind of a lot more with it and push boundaries, so you don't have to worry about it working with everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like on your Tundra, you have the RXT kit in the back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So since we make that special shock, we made that leaf spring to go with it, and
Yeah, they kind of pair together, and yeah.
and so like it gets more travel than it would be if you just ran that leaf spring in anyone else's shock, unless you go through and cut up the rear end of the truck and put hoops in or
Yeah,
that sort of
that's
thing.
all.
So it's try to make it all bolt on, and
It's engineered together to work
Correct.
together.
Yeah,
to
which is
work
nice. Versus
properly.
you don't have to custom fab anything to get nice suspension. You know what I
Totally.
mean? Yeah.
we want it to be returnable to stock. It's not like we know that not everyone's going to keep these things forever. You're going to
Good
eventually
way of looking at it. And you thought, yeah.
so you can save your stock stuff and turn it back in and trade the truck in later on, or sell it to someone else, or whatever the case may be, or let the build grow with you over time. But once you cut the truck up, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I'm a little too late.
Voids the warranty.
Yeah.
But
No, that's cool.
What do they have? Do they have something? So I'm trying to figure out. I have the RXT option 2. I don't know if you know all the ins and outs.
Dude, he does the data.
I know he's got to know it. What can I do to add extra? I got all that extra weight in there now. So I had that set up when it was just nothing in the bed, and now I got a giant stupid camper in the back of that thing.
it's not stupid.
Well, Yeah.
Well, it's stupid because he doesn't know how to deal with the weight.
Yeah. And then I got a lot of extra fuel tank and all this extra weight I'm throwing in there now. So, I mean, I put airbags in there.
Okay.
I'm not 100, and like I almost had a huge failure of my airbags when I was on my last trip. So I'm not a huge fan. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Is there another? I don't know the differences in the stages and all that kind of stuff. So is there another stage up from the 2, or something else like a different leaf pack or something that would stiffen it up?
Well, you said you're in option 2 now, right?
Correct.
You got one more to go.
So the 3 would be for a heavier load.
Yeah,
it would.
That may get you more. At a certain point, that may not be enough still. Like even Expedition Overland, they run our setup too, but they don't run our release springs just because it's not enough because their trucks are stupid heavy.
Yeah, they got all kinds of shit on there.
And so like they've got I think Old Man Emu leaf springs on their Tacoma.
Okay.
Still our shocks and everything else.
Everything else. Yeah.
But we don't. Once you hit that point, that's pretty much all you got with our springs, at least, because we're still trying to get that travel out of it. And when you run a big heavy leaf spring, you're trading off travel.
Yeah, that's my problem. I want in between. 'Cause I like to travel.
He wants to rock crawl a camper.
I do.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Yeah. Option 3, man.
Yeah.
Option 3.
That'll give me a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Okay.
And then
More juice for the boogie, dude.
do your bags? Do you have the
cradles.
the cradles? Yeah.
That's what broke on me.
The cradle did.
Yeah.
Weird.
It snapped right off, and then so my airbag would land on it, and it would just shear against the broken piece of the cradle.
That's not good.
No, I was in the middle of Utah when it broke on me. I had a whole adventure trying to find a replacement part on a Saturday, but
Especially for something kind of
who carries
obscure
cradles
like that.
Yeah,
Nope, nobody.
Yeah, 4-wheel parts in Salt Lake City does.
Only a couple hours out of the way.
Yeah, little detour. Yeah, but yeah, so that's like when that happened, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I was just gonna. I want something different. I want more. And
leaf pack would be
in
more
order to put the
reliable.
airbags on too. I had to ditch the hydro bumps.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, really?
Does the camper stay on all the time, or do you pull that off from time to time?
Yeah, it just stays on there.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I'm like, I'll be able to take it off, and I'm never gonna.
Too much work.
Too much work. Take it off, and I'm just gonna put it back on. That's the only reason why I use the truck. So.
Well, then a spring would, a heavy spring would work. Like if you put on some stupid heavy spring, and then you pull that.
Yeah, then I'm
camper
just
off,
fucking
then it's
bouncing
so-
everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles to a degree. And so the RXT spring, or the multi-rate spring, is what we really call it. And that's kind of splitting the difference. You know what I mean? If you've got some weight, but you don't have like an obscene amount, it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like if it rides great. I love the ride on it. It's smooth. Driving on the highway is fine. It's not overly, sprung or anything like that. And then when I hit the trails, it fucking feels great. But I just hoping to get something a little bit extra, and that way I don't have to have the airbags filled up to like 50 psi. Like I got them cranked up, so just to alleviate some of it. But I don't know.
Overland builds are hard, man.
It is. Because like you switch up your loads and all that kind of stuff. It's getting it dialed just right. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Totally. But hey, since it's all staying in, it's honestly easier. So you I'm supposed to sell our stuff, but you already got it. So,
I can't buy anything else now.
Yeah. I mean, some guys try to
Actually, I
stack.
want your aluminum front A-arms, but
I know a guy.
oh, hey. Right.
He can get you the spec sheet.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. Yeah. You want to know all the aces and pies data about it? I got you.
Ooh. Sounds sexy.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a question for you about, whenever I think about Icon, it's kind of synonymous with Toyota, right? And you guys do a lot more than Toyota. I mean, you pretty much do everything.
Yeah.
So, but is there a reason why it's so close to Toyota when everybody thinks about Icon?
I think this is because that's what we've done the most of, because that's what most of our engineers and the rest of us have kind of had. We're kind of nerdy in that degree.
Yeah.
And so we make the most stuff. And then because that's most of our own personal vehicles, we all kind of have refined it all. It's not just like, hey, this is a project. We worked on this truck. We made this kit, and we're never going to touch this truck again kind of scenario.
It's like, no, it's my truck
Literally
still.
field test the shit out of it on a regular basis.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like my Tacoma has the OG set of 2.5 rear shocks on it. At first, when I first started working there, like way back then, I had the truck, and I ran our 2.0s, which they're cool shocks, but I wanted 2.5s, and one of our engineers was like, they're not going to fit. And I was like, well, why not? And it's just, they don't fit. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't know, man. Like I did some measuring. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can make these work. And so one day I was like, hey, I'm just going to make a set of these and we'll see. And they fit. And so
Really?
yeah, well, totally. You can make anything work when you try hard enough. And
Yeah.
so we just made the
Grinder cut off.
we just made the parts, after those, and so that it fits no problem. But then every time I would change the tuning, I'd be like, okay, this is the new tune. And back then I built shocks, and so it was as easy. You just change the spreadsheet and like, hey, this is what we would put in the truck. And every time, it can always be better, shock tuning wise. Like it's never perfect. And so every time I'd make a change and I liked it, I was just like slide that in there and I wouldn't have to ask permission. And so I think that's how pretty much all the Toyota stuff came about, because I had the second gen, Adrian's worked there forever, he had the first gen, and then Dylan had the Land Cruiser, and there's just all these pet projects that we all had, and it just became products for you to buy.
That's rad, actually. I like that versus just checking one off a list. Like, yeah, we need this and let's do this, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sort of thing happens too these days.
Obviously.
There's just so many to do, and like right now, even now, we're going down a list trying to hit them all, and not that they're not dialed, but it doesn't have that same revision numbers over time as that some of the other Toyota stuff does. And then also too, I think it was about when we came into the market with it. Like, that was kind of the beginning of where the Toyotas really took off, in like the mid to late 2000s. Everything was Jeeps before then, or like full on pre-runner.
Yeah.
And then, then people started to realize like, hey, these Tacomas are kind of cool and you can do stuff with them and they work good.
Yeah.
And so,
lasts forever.
Mine's got 200,000 miles and she's beat, but she runs great.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
When did Icon first start up?
2008.
Really?
Is
Okay.
the official start date. Yeah, it was another company before then. They went under, and then we formed out of the ashes, you could say.
Rising.
Can you say what other company it was? I'm just curious. Or if you can't, then it's like,
It's
all good.
I can. Yeah, I can. It's Donahoe Racing. It's kind of one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. It's.
I've actually never heard of that company. So
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Desert scene kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. They did a bunch of like score racing, best in desert racing back in the day.
Yeah.
And then the economy fell apart, and they were
Swallowed up a lot of companies.
honestly, that was a lot of companies.
Yeah.
totally. And so it was all, for the most part, the same dudes. Stay with Icon, all the engineers and the guys, building the stuff and everything just carried on. So changed the label and kept on trucking.
Nice.
Well, I like your logo now. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, right.
So
Me too. It's
your
kinda
branding is really good.
Yeah, the branding's on
I have
point.
nothing to do with it, but I appreciate it.
Shout out to whoever does.
No.
Yeah.
Pass on my regards.
I will.
Do you guys do anything? Obviously, you do a lot of trucks and do all that stuff, but do you guys do like Subarus? Because I know Subarus have been really popular lately. Crosstreks, Outbacks, all that kind of stuff.
Not yet. We do
Really?
wheels. And we've talked about getting the Subaru stuff for a long time. But none of us have one. None of us really know
we might know some
much
people.
about it. So
We have a lot of Subaru people.
Subaru.
right. Yeah, we make wheels. We got Subaru wheels these days. But
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the wheels too. Like, so you guys are like the same entity, obviously. They're Icon wheels and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
all the same. In-house shop. You're not like two separate divisions or something like that. You're kind of all okay.
same guys, and that just kind of formed out of the we always recommend a certain wheel. Hey, we got this kit, but it works the best with this wheel, and for a lot of apps, it didn't work out that everyone made the right wheel, and so they make what looks cool, not what's the right offset and all that stuff, and so.
Yeah. I haven't even thought about that part though, like through the the science of it, the wheel pairing up with like how your suspension works. I mean, I always know like you want heavier or lighter wheels and stuff like that, but offsets for rubbing. But yeah, it's a good idea. Like if you're redoing your suspension, whatever wheels you have might not work. You might want to look into matching it up with that.
Totally. I mean, you get
I
that.
never even thought about that. Yeah.
That skateboard look,
Yeah.
of the really negative offset these days.
Yeah.
And so they kind of look cool, but it rubs like crazy.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. So it's about finding that sweet spot. you know, just so that you can turn all the way and not have to cut up the fenders and cycle fully without blowing off the fenders when you bottom it out and that sort of thing. So, no, this is the evolution of things, but we do the Subaru stuff for that. And we get asked a lot, honestly. And it's something that we kind of want to all do because, you know, rally's rad.
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
And I think that would be something really cool to get into, but we just don't know anything about it right now. So
yeah, even with like just, you know, I mean, obviously, the rally is freaking dope, and then but the overlanding Subaru scene's
huge,
crazy.
Yeah,
it's massive.
Yeah, so. I mean, my buddy that I work with, he's got a brand new Outback. You know, what is it called? The main one, the Wilderness Edition.
The Wilderness Edition. Yeah.
I talked him into, because it was all there really was is the flat out suspension. He got the GR40s, which is like the rally suspension, but he's like getting into overlanding. You know what I mean? So it's like overbuilt, and to go again, it's like Baja landing for trucks, and like rally is for like Overlanders, rally landing. Yeah.
Rally landing.
So
yeah, because they said like just what was it last weekend was Subi Fest.
Yeah, Subi Fest.
Yeah, like Ali and Eric, American Overland, and Kate the Jeep, they both got Subarus now, so they're building them out. I wonder who's doing their suspension. They're looking for partners. But
yeah, I'll talk to them, see what's up.
Yeah.
One day we'll get there.
Yeah, I just know it's a huge market, and it's Japanese. You know, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you know,
it's all one and the same.
Yeah,
I mean, Subaru and Toyota did the GR. What is it? The 86
in the BRZ.
In the BRZ. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's similarities there.
Totally.
See, I'm trying to make it relevant.
They also did the BMW Z4 with the
the new
So they're an international.
Something like that.
I don't know. I just can't get over the whole BMW relationship. That super ruined it for me.
Yeah, that's what kind of killed it. Yeah. It's rad looking. It's a dope looking car, but it's the fact that it's a BMW.
Literally, that's all it is with this. Some different sheet metal.
Yeah,
it's like one of those things. The Supra was such a enthusiast car. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they really screwed it up by not, you know, like they didn't. Not sorry if someone Toyota listens. Not that they didn't try, but like it's not. They didn't. The people liked it because it was a Toyota, not because it looked like a Supra. You know.
Yeah, the purists want a Toyota Supra, not a BMW Supra.
Have you ever ridden in a Supra, the new one?
No.
Oh God.
Are they nice?
I'm a normal size guy, like height wise. I'm like 5'10", you know.
Yeah.
And I've hit my head 500 times getting in and out of that thing.
Oh,
just
really?
like just like low. The roof line and everything. It's great when you're in it, and it's really nice and everything. But man, just like the user experience of getting in and out of that thing is just like I wouldn't have bought it just for that reason.
Well, it's like that video where like some dude pulled up in like a Lambo at a gas station, and he had to like crawl out of big dude. He's like trying to peel himself out of that thing, dude. That's what I picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's I am bigger, but not that big.
But not that big. It's like the dude's just filming, like, bro, you all right, dude? Like,
he looked like a pimp, dude. It was so funny, dude. He's like trying to roll out. He's like, I'm gonna get out. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But anyways, so another question for Icon, just because I'm curious. I know that you guys have springs, right? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Do you make your own and manufacture your own springs, or do you partner with like an IBOC that white labels it or something like that? Or is it you guys your own type of deal?
It's our spring. We don't actually coil them there, or like Lee Springs, we don't, because that's big machinery that we just don't have. But we design them all, and so iBox, one of our suppliers. We use several different other ones. It kind of really comes down to who can make what we want for the most part, because they all have their own process. You know, hot wound, cold wound, and you know what they've got. And some guys won't touch our designs just because we push it. Like our Tacoma coil spring for like a coilover is a perfect example, because like it's right on that ragged edge of what's possible without getting really fancy with like titanium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
make
like
outpricing it where nobody can.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just with the way it's coiled and the stresses and the travel and everything that we ask of it is pretty much all the limit of what you're able to do with common materials. And so certain manufacturers just won't mess with it because the warranty stuff, like when it breaks and stuff like that. And other manufacturers like, yeah, sure, we can do that. And so it's It's just kind of how that goes. But back in the day, it used to be a lot of IBOC, and now we've got, you know, Hyperco and Betts, and, you know, pretty much everyone feeds us, you know, some part numbers, and other guys make others, but it's all designed by our engineers, and they figure it all out, and we change it all the time. And so,
okay. Right on.
So you're definitely a shock guy. Like you can rebuild shocks, and you've done all that, obviously, so you know what you're talking about. I've been seeing, like, just, I don't know the name of the companies or brands or whatever, but is it like on the fly, like tuning and stuff like that for them? Like they're like Bluetooth or some shit like that. You can tune them from your phone or something like that.
Like electronic.
Is that just like hype, or do you think
that's where it's at.
Is it
Honestly,
really?
yeah.
Are you guys pushing towards something like that, or
We already have it.
you have? I like mine are just like I have the dampeners I can adjust by crawling under the truck, but you have it like that.
You have
Really?
the CDCV, or CDC valve. It stands for compression damping control valve. The knob. We do the same thing. We call it CDE valve for electronic.
Really?
And it works pretty much the same way.
Okay.
But we have an app.
Okay, yeah. It's like an app you download, and
Like
you
your
can,
trigger control unit.
and like before you,
Icon app.
right when you pull off the pavement onto the dirt road, and you can just
What you
tune them up a little bit, or how does it work? I'm talking out my ass. I don't know anything about it, so I'm curious.
No, it's all good. It's pretty much doing its thing all the time. And so there's the control module lives in the engine bay.
Okay.
And it's sensing, it's for G-forces on the truck.
Okay.
And so you can set up your baseline settings the same exact way as you do now, turning the knob. And so that way, that's what the shocks are at all the time, you know, and then it'll ramp up damping based on the G-forces, and you have control over the parameters of how that works, basically the sensitivity of it. It's looking for vertical Gs, lateral Gs, and acceleration Gs, and decel Gs, and everything like that. So depending on how you have it set up, it'll change, you know, often. Like if you have the sensitivity way high, it'll change probably and stiffen it up probably more often than you really want to. So you kind of play with it to work it out the way that you like to drive and your setup and all that stuff. But what it's doing inside the shock is no different. It's just instead of actuated by a knob,
it's just how you dial it in. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it's changing constantly.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, like the kind of the best thing about it is you can have it nice and soft and compliant, but then say, you know, you air the truck out or something, you know, a jump, you know, and it'll, before the wheels leave the ground, it senses that it's happening.
Really, you can adjust it that quick on the fly?
It's 40 milliseconds.
Wow, that's rad.
Yeah. So it checks the sensors 1,000 times a second. And then by the time it decides it needs to make a change for it to send the signal to the shock, and the shock change the setting from softest to firmest, it's 40 milliseconds.
All right.
And then it'll, depending on, again, on the settings, it'll hold that new setting for, you know, X amount of seconds after the event has ended.
Yeah.
And then it'll go back to your baseline. Your dog's right, by the way.
I would say if she's bugging you.
No,
if you stop petting her, she'll leave you alone.
What's her name?
She's an attention whore. Daisy.
Daisy. Oh,
Yeah.
Daisy.
She'll sit there all night long if you pet her. But yeah.
It's okay.
She'll nudge you too if you stop. She'll nudge you.
If you
Remind
ignore her,
you.
she'll go away eventually. Yeah. But
yeah.
no, that's crazy. Like, okay.
It's just the way it's going to be. You know, like you can get that stuff now.
I'm like old school, so I'm like kind of learning this. Like I just heard about this the other. I forgot at some ORW event. That's when I was talking to you. That was the first time at that ORW event. I'd actually even heard of that technology. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to do my. Can I just put those in? They do it all for me. Like,
yeah, and a lot of times too, like you set it all up the way you like, and like, you know, there's other guys that have the control modules you mount on the dash, stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but you got to find a place to put it and stuff like that. But you'll find that once you get it working the way you want, you don't even open the app, and it just does its thing. And if you change your setup, like if you, I don't know, you take your camper off, or you put the camper on, or you do something different, then you have a reason to open it up and make some setting changes and stuff like that. But other than that, it's all automatic, and it's just the fact that you can't tell it's working means it's working.
Right? Yeah.
It eliminates the oh shit, that sucked. You know, like that.
Oh fuck, I hit that.
Yeah, that the pucker of you're coming into something. It just smooths it all out. So and we're doing it now on pretty much every app we
I was
make.
gonna say that available for all applications.
For the most part.
Really?
Yeah. We haven't released it for everything just because we're busy, but we're getting there. And then
For the second gen Tundras.
yeah, sure do. We got it.
Oh, shit.
And like right now, like if you were to buy one, it only comes. We only offer it with on new shocks. So like, the shocks are the same, and so basically,
it's something you could technically or hypothetically add to a existing shock in the future, maybe.
But we haven't released that yet.
Okay.
Like the retrofit capability.
Yeah.
Because of the stupid fucking chip shortage that's going on.
Still fucking
Killed you.
Yeah, and so like the brain of that we call it the IIC. The brain is still in relatively short supply, and so we have to kind of ration them out. Like where there's so many of our shocks out there, and the retrofit is honestly pretty affordable in the grand scheme of things.
I would rather do that than have to buy a whole new set of shocks, to be honest.
And so we, just turning that on and allowing guys to, like, hey, we're gonna do this. We'd run out of boards and we wouldn't be able to sell new shocks. So it's getting better, and so we keep saying, in a few months, but it's getting better, and so it won't be much longer, and then we'll have that. You can send them in to us, or you can buy a retrofit kit, and if someone that knows what they're doing and rebuild the shock, you just take that CDC valve out, pop in the CDE valve, buy the IIC, which depending on the application, $500-$700, and then put it on the truck and mount it all up, connect the wires, and you're off the races.
Oh, that's dope.
And we use it on race cars too, and the race cars actually benefit a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for them that's fucking huge. Yeah, dude, that'd be rad. I think it might be a new next upgrade in the future here.
And like if you look at our stages of the kits, right? That's usually the most expensive one, and you get everything else. But a lot of times, depending on what truck you got, put the money in the shocks, get that, and then kind of come back to everything else, budget permitting, because that's the most bang for the buck.
Yeah, that's where you should.
Well, that's what you feel. You're sitting in the seat. You feel what's happening.
Totally.
Yeah, like I was saying, I wanted your billet upper arms, but you
won't feel any different. I mean, depending on,
they're cool looking.
It'll align better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main purpose of those.
Yeah, ball joints won't get worn out as fast.
Okay, dude, that thing goes out of alignment like fucking that, dude.
Well, that's because you wheel it.
Yeah.
So like, that's one thing that kind of sucks about Toyotas is the alignment cams on the bottom. They just shift all the time. You hit a pothole too hard and they move. And so, like a lot of guys will lock them out and stuff, but then you're just going to bend shit.
Yeah, that's when you break shit.
Yeah. So like, I get it aligned the way I like, and I get it in there with a paint pen and I mark it so that then when
that's a good idea.
I knock it out, assuming I didn't
move it back,
put it right back,
shim it back,
save $100.
That's a great idea. Or who did I think like Firestone offers like the lifetime alignment?
They don't do it on off-road vehicles anymore.
Really?
And most of the time, the fine print is for that. It's usually only toe. They don't usually set caster and camber.
Bastards.
Because the toe is what wears the tires.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Toe is
pointing out.
The pointing in or out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which on solid axles in the rear, that means they only have to touch the front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
Yep. Fine print gets it all the time.
I know, man. Goddamn lawyers.
I fuck up everything.
So another thing that I really like about going back to wheels, because Adam won your set of wheels at the Olaf event, and they're like the semi beadlock ones that he upgraded to.
Oh yeah.
So he won a normal set, but he's like, man, I really was gonna buy the, what do they call it? The bead grip?
We call it interlock.
Interlock. Mm-hmm. So it's a interlock, thing, and so he like just paid the difference, I guess, to upgrade. And man, he loves those things. He always talks about, man, I'm going to go down to 8 PSI, blah, blah, blah.
It's the same thing as a regular beadlock.
I say they work just as well.
Just as well. The only thing that they do not have compared to a regular beadlock is if you got some high horsepower, rig or something where
peel them off,
where it's going to potentially,
that spin.
Yeah, it's not really much of a thing in our space. So but it won't debead. Like it's the same. We've did all the testing.
It's like the techno? Is it on the inner and outer bead?
Just the outer.
Just the outer, right?
Same as most regular bead.
Yeah, most of them are dual bead. Yeah, right. Inner and out, but just outside. I was just curious. Yeah,
you don't really. Most D beads come from the outer anyway. It's just the way that the tire
you're hitting the rocks and stuff. Yeah.
And so, in theory, we could do it on the inner too, but then you're adding a lot more weight, and so we've never D-beaded one on the inside.
How? I mean, I don't know if you really know, but how's it that I'm not super familiar with the technology on how that works. Like, how does it keep it from debeating?
So like,
if you
it's a regular
without visuals, you know.
Yeah, imagine a regular wheel, right? So
Yeah.
you air it up air up the tire,
Get that
and it
smooth lip,
and it pushes it out against the lip,
Yeah.
right? And so the pins thread in behind the bead, so it basically forms a wall. So with the outer wall being the outside of the tire, and the inner wall are the pins, and they're spaced out, every couple of inches around it. So it sticks up about an inch or so inside, and so you're never going to push that tire over that.
It can't get past that point. Oh,
Correct.
I get it.
And so it's the same idea as a bead lock, except on a regular bead lock, you're locking it outside the
You're
wheel.
pinching them in there,
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I ran bead locks forever. I had Walker Evans, and I love those wheels. They're great, but
rad,
they're a giant pain in the ass when you have to change tires or have a bead lock party, come over and have,
everybody get
exactly. You bring a case of beer and a couple buddies. You sit in the garage and
don't you have to put like some airsoft BBs in the tires anyways to balance it or something?
I never did. I never balanced the tires.
Yeah. If you're running bead locks, you're not trying to balance them. Yeah.
But I mean, the interlock makes it. You can take it to any tire shop will work on it.
Oh, will they? Okay, I was wondering if it's more of a pain in the ass
DOT.
for them. Okay.
Because bead locks aren't DOT.
They're not.
No.
Because you have to maintain them. And the DOT knows that people are lazy and they won't. And you'll be going down the freeway and you haven't tightened them down in a while. And you lose the ring. And if you lose the ring, that's the tires coming off the wheel. Versus, say, if you, I don't know, somehow lose a pin and the tire deflates like suddenly violently or whatever, the tire's still on the wheel. It's the same thing as having a flat tire. It doesn't just come off and you crash. And so that's what makes it DOT is the lack of safety issues.
Lack of maintenance required.
Correct. Yeah. But we did all kinds of testing, and we broke wheels. The first proof of concept we just took a regular wheel and we just machined in all those holes, and we took grade 8 bolts and just ran them up in there. And we made a little curb out of like a 4x4 in the parking lot. We bolted it to the concrete, and then we took the Raptor and put it up against it, and then took the Jeep and hooked the winch up to it and drug the thing sideways, trying to
debeat it. Yeah,
correct. And we broke our curb before
really?
it beat it. Yeah,
that's freaking rad.
And then the actual DOT testing, they use like a hydraulic ram to force the DB to happen, right?
Okay.
And so the ram only has so much stroke. I don't know what it is, but like it basically maxed the machine out and didn't DB the tire.
Right.
And that's not normally it was like I should know, but I forget exactly how many hundreds of % more sidewall pressure it got to before without debeating compared to the regular wheel kind of thing. I think it was like 300 or 400% more, but it did not debeat. So you're just not.
So it could have gone further. You just don't know what the limit was.
Correct. The machine doesn't do it.
Can't be tested.
Correct. So it's cool, and they're lighter. They're cheaper. I mean, that's something one of our guys came up with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't, it was just when he's not like an official engineer. He just works there. He's like,
this would be cool. Let's try this.
Exactly. He's like, I've always kind of had this idea. I'm like, dude,
fucking run it.
It's not going to work.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I told him that. We were buddies, and he's like, why not? I'm like, well, this is too easy. Like someone already did this and it doesn't work, or, they already have a patent on it and stuff. And nope.
No one had
thought about it yet.
No, it's patented. We have
now. It is.
We have
at the time. Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hope that guy's getting a little pat on the back.
He got a raise, maybe. He got a free set of bead lock or what are they called?
Interlocks.
Yeah. Damn it. I shouldn't have had you come on this show because now I want fucking.
I know, right?
All kinds of shit.
I'm asking all these questions because I need new suspension and wheels.
I need new wheels now, and now I need new shocks. Apparently, I mean, fuck. This could be an expensive podcast.
We already lose money on this podcast.
Like I said, I know a guy, so we'll see. I'll make some calls.
Yeah,
awesome. That's. I mean. When Adam was telling me about it, I was just like blown away. I was like, wow, they make that? Because I was always used to the traditional bead lock.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
He was hyping it up. Adam was like, dude, I think he was the first one kind of.
He's probably like one of the bigger Icon fanboys. You know?
Oh, he's a big fanboy. Yeah. Shout out Twig Rig. Yeah.
He's got that first gen Sequoia.
Oh, that's his truck. Okay.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about now.
The Twig Rig. I mean,
Twig.
yeah, that's his Instagram handle.
Okay.
It's a Sequoia. It's a Twig.
I never understood. I was like, why is?
Oh, you didn't get the?
I didn't get it at first. I mean, a twig and a Sequoia is a tree. Okay.
It's hard. There's a lot of the Instagram names are taken these days, so you gotta be creative, you know.
I just go with Mexican food, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Even my little Mini Cooper has a little, spicy mini caliente.
Yeah. Just keep it food related, and you're safe.
Just always hungry, man. Speaking of which, trips. When you go on trips, you just got back from one too. Like, what do you normally eat at camp besides the fish that you catch? What's your favorite camp
You're
meal?
not catching fish.
Camp meal.
Yeah, because I'm hungry. That's why I'm wondering.
Oh, that's fair. I am fucking everything, really. Like whatever.
You cook good? Are you like a hot dogs kind of guy and then call it a night, or are you cooking up something nice?
When I camp, I cook it up nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to hear more about this.
He likes it nice.
Well, I think it was the first Olaf. I drug my Traeger up there.
Oh, you did?
Shut up.
Yeah, I did a
Legit.
brisket. I ran it off of a deep cycle and an inverter, and I ran it I put it far away from my tent because I was scared of bears.
Right.
But yeah, like we made a brisket, and it came out pretty all right. I mean, brisket's kind of one of those hit or miss sort of things.
Yeah.
But
for a camp,
yeah,
That's a flex.
that's a flex.
I thought it was
right.
it's an overlanding event. You gotta
go.
Yeah, it's all about the gear.
That's right. Yeah. And but now they got fancy Traegers you put on your trailer hitch and everything. But that was a few years ago. I don't think they existed yet. So I felt like a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're ahead of the game on that one.
Yeah, because Herb, because we're actually doing a cook-off. We're hosting an event, and I sent Herb a link to like sign up because he's one of our close friends and
big foodie guy.
He's a big foodie guy and everything, and he's like, oh, thinking of all these ideas. He's got the transportable smoker and everything. I'm like, dude, you can't have a fire.
Yeah, California.
It's California.
It's fucked. Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, because it has to be a propane shutoff valve. It can't be the Traeger's has the auger, but you still have live fire.
So I'm breaking the law when I do that, huh?
Yeah, because even if you shut it off, there's still a flame or a spark or coal. So that's why technically the smokers are not allowed. But I was like, dude, get a sous vide, liquid smoke, throw it in there.
Gotta be careful with liquid smoke, man.
It's just chemicals, man. You're gonna get cancer.
Well, the label says it's just water and smoke, like they smoke the water or something.
Yeah,
but
smoke on the water.
Right. Yeah.
I've ruined plenty of barbecue with liquid smoke. Don't worry.
Oh,
I've
really?
never used it before.
I've never. Yeah.
I make killer barbecue sauce with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Little goes a long way.
Dang. See, I do a lot of cooking at home for like the barbecue stuff. I have a Traeger Pro and all that stuff, even though the app doesn't work for it anymore. I don't know what happened. Updates, I don't know. But man, I love that thing. I cook a brisket on that, man. It's so good. It's so dumb proof. It's like, tri-tip is one of my favorite things. And then I, reverse sear the tri-tip.
That's right.
It's hard to do out in the woods though.
I would say, we should have you come out to the cookout. Shit.
Deep cycle battery and inverter, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I turned on the truck once in the morning. I woke up and I went out and started the truck and hooked up jumper cables to the battery just to hit it with some juice, just to make sure.
Or you get one of those Adventure Power Solutions charge cans and put out a solar panel that powers it, and you got a smoker.
Now we're overlanding.
Yeah, now we're overlanding.
Yeah, it's overlanding.
I gotta have all the gear out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but like in all seriousness, like what's your typical meal when you go out camping? I mean, I know you do it up nice, but if it's not for like a special event, just like what's your normal?
Carne asada.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, can't go wrong with carne, man.
Where do you get your carne though?
Ooh.
Ranch Market in Redlands usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I make it myself, but it's not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ranch Market stuff is. Actually, had it last night for dinner.
Really?
Yeah, Taco Tuesday, man. You gotta.
Oh, I forgot.
Taco Tuesday, brother.
I've got leftovers waiting for me too. So.
Didn't Eric bring over carne this weekend?
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Our buddy Eric, as is Overland, he's been on the show a few times. He actually brought over this carne asada from this place in Paris.
Okay.
And he's like, "This is the best place ever." Dude, it is so good. Like I'm blown away. Usually I go to like Stater Brothers or I go to the
you got to go to like
Rancho Markets.
Yeah, there's
or whatever.
another spot my buddy lives in Oceanside. When he'd come over for a barbecue, then we'd go up to like he knew of a place in Paris. You know, like
maybe it's the same
France?
spot.
France? Kidding. Go
Yeah,
Not Paris.
Yeah,
It's
no.
Paris.
Yeah, the town near us called Paris. Yes.
PE.
All right. Yes. But yeah, he's like, oh no, we got to go to this place, and the authentic Mexican market, and yeah, that's where you got to get it. Don't go to Albertsons.
No, I mean,
Stater Brothers has good meat, but when I'm getting like carne or something like that,
and you got to get the fresh tortillas. Where like when they make it in the store, where they got the machine to spit them out. Oh.
Well, he got the tortillas from there too.
Yeah,
and
that's gotta be the same.
whatever tortillas they were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they're not your normal Mission tortillas or something. Like they're like the legit ones.
That's funny. We were in where were we? I think it was Wyoming or Utah, and so we were asking like some locals. I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? Good food around here, and they're trying to recommend a Mexican food place.
Like, nope.
I'm like, nope. I'm not getting Mexican food anywhere this far north. Not happening.
I was curious because in Wyoming there were I don't know, in town there were like 2 Mexican joints. One's called like Taco Time, and like,
That tells me everything I need to know.
and my girlfriend and I were talking about it. Like, I wonder how good this is. We're gonna go in. We're gonna get ground beef tacos on like the hard shell Taco Bell
American cheese as a slice.
Oh God. Yeah.
The local said it was decent, but not the same. I'm sure
It can't be. Well, where were we when we had that one Mexican food joint? Was that in Washington or Idaho?
Oh,
Oregon?
we were in Oregon.
Oregon.
Okay, so
We may have been delusional a little bit.
I was so
We were
hungry.
So sleep deprived and hungry.
So sleep deprived. We were just so happy to be sitting in a booth with Mexican food, but it was this like family owned place, and like
It felt authentic as
abuela was there. She was there, and everything. And so it was just awesome food, man. It was so good, but it was in Oregon. So it was far north.
Like queso blanco dip for the nachos and everything was like on point, dude. Like, it was legit.
So I grew up in the South, right? And
what part? Like when you say the South, what?
Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah, like a suburb of Atlanta.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Douglasville.
Hotland.
I did some workout in Warner Robins and Macon.
I know Macon.
Yeah.
I think I forget exactly where it's at relative, but yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's a little farther south than
yeah. And so our Mexican food consisted of like the most authentic you got was like shredded beef, like enchiladas and stuff like that. And so I never knew what carne asada was until I moved out here.
like legit, yeah.
School. And after graduated high school, went on a road trip, visit my family. One of my buddies came with me. So we went to the Mexican food restaurant, old time's sake. And he was looking at the menu and he was like, I really want some carne asada. And they didn't have any. It wasn't on the menu. White boys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Got some crawfish.
he asked the server, I was like, do you have a carne asada? And he got like all like perked up, Mexican guy.
It's like,
Exactly. He's like, you know what carne asada is? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you have any? He's like, I'll make it for you.
Oh, shut up. Like, hold on.
Yeah, they whipped it up. It was pretty
stash.
solid. But yeah, they just didn't sell it because, us stupid, white boys didn't know what it was. Wouldn't order it.
Wouldn't even order it. That sounds some ground scary. Beef. Yeah.
Go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. I want some really thinly sliced steak, please.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I mean, when we go to camp, I always say it's about the food and the people that you're with. It doesn't matter where you're at. You always have a good time if you have good food and good people.
Yeah.
But dude, seriously, tacos, carne asada, everything like that, any Mexican food that you're making on the trail always goes down and tastes better.
Dude, we've had like some bomb ass fucking carne asada tacos made off your tailgate.
Well, yeah. So Mountain Hatch, those guys over there.
Food grade tailgate covers.
Yeah. I had on my Gen 1 Tacoma, went out to Anza Borrego, and then I said, hey man, I'm cooking up a bunch of tacos tonight. We're doing carne asada, pollo asada, everything.
He had one of those, like a scuttle, but he had a king disc, which is like this ginormous fucking scuttle.
Well, that's what I cooked Eric's carne asada on it this past weekend
at the house, yeah.
But I mean, I cooked it all up, and I was like feeding probably like 5, 6, 7 people, something like that. And that huge tailgate. Anyways, I had everything lined up and everything, and Mountain Hatch saw the picture I had posted and sent to them, and that's what they use as one of the banners when they go to all like the shows and everything, because they're like, this is how you use it.
Yeah. I like everything. I like had the carne out,
lime, cilantro, onions.
Cilantro and onions up on the tailgate. It's all spread out. It's like, oh, so great. And like off of the back of a dirty Toyota pick.
Gen 1 Tacoma.
Yeah, it's so rad, dude, but it's so good.
The dirt makes it taste better.
Oh, it does.
Oh, 100%.
It's the extra
100%.
flavor. Yeah.
It's the Anza
Everything
Borrego
tastes
dirt.
better
A
at
little
camp.
salty, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
A little salt in there.
I'm getting fucking hungry.
Dude, you had I had nothing.
I didn't eat my burrito.
I didn't even have lunch. I had some hummus. That was it.
I had whatever. Oh yeah, well, my office now,
Oh, yes.
Instead of getting raises, we got chimichangas in the freezer now. It's in there.
Chimichangas. Dude, they didn't have a pizza party. In their defense, they didn't have a pizza party.
The generic pizza party. But hey, everybody, guess what's in the kitchen now?
It's fiesta time.
Yay! And so many people were excited. It was sad.
They have no idea.
I'm like, we didn't get raises. Or maybe I just didn't get a raise. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
You're the sucker. They got raises and chimichangas.
Shit. No wonder they're all driving new trucks in the parking lot.
Your truck's not too shabby, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't drive that to work. Fuck, I can't afford to drive that to work.
I know. Well, you show up in your Lexus, same thing.
Same thing, but yeah.
It's got leather.
Yeah. Air conditioned seats too.
Hell yeah, that's fucking key right now, dude.
Hell yeah, it is.
Loving the shit out of the air conditioned seats. Like,
It's the best invention ever.
Best.
After the wheel.
yeah. Second, right there. But
Air conditioning.
Thanks,
The air-cooled
John
seat.
Carrier. I think it was John
Yes, it's Carrier. Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
yeah. I'm surprised you know. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Good job. Shot it.
I worked for an air conditioning company, a
Okay.
wholesaler. That's why I know. I'm like, oh. Used to do the
okay.
Wikipedia page shit. Like, who invented air conditioning? I want to give him a high five.
Yeah, this motherfucker, yeah. Give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Shit. Keeping people fucking from killing each other.
Seriously, man.
Gotta try some of that. What you got going on? there?
Dude, it's really good.
If you want
Tell the people what it is. It's
It's the old fashioned cocktail by Bullet, or is it?
Boulet.
Boulet.
Or we got
Boulet.
this one if you want some.
That
High
one,
West.
try that
this
one.
This one's really nice. This is a fancy one. I'll let you try the fancy.
That's the one he just brought back from his thing. Give me
Yeah,
the boulet though, because
I'll give you the Boulet.
Stab myself with the microphone.
Yeah, right.
yeah, right.
High West old fashioned.
Got that in.
It's actually
Utah.
like an old fashioned in a jar.
Yeah, pre-mixed, ready to go.
Perfect. Well, thank you, fellas.
While you guys do that, I'm gonna go rinse out my cup because it has a little salt on the rim and everything.
Yeah, add some flavor.
Let's lick it off, man.
Yeah, come on. Oh, you're bougie like that. Like I can't mix my.
You need electrolytes.
Yeah,
It's what plants crave.
yeah. You're all plants.
You never seen Idiocracy?
Oh yeah.
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 It's got
Yeah,
electrolytes.
electrolytes. Yeah. That was like that movie was fucking rad. I'm sorry. It's
a documentary,
ahead
man.
of its time. It is. It's a future documentary. Unfortunately, yeah. We're kind of almost living in it right now.
Yeah, that's where I saw it on a meme. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But that's where Crocs made their debut because they wanted some.
I know. Yeah.
Some futuristic shoe or something. To,
Is that where they came out?
Yeah,
Did you know that, Ben? What's that? Ben loves his fucking Crocs, by the way.
I guess when. Those don't count. Those look like regular flip flops. They're just made by Crocs.
They're amazing.
But I guess the guys that made that movie wanted some futuristic, stupid looking shoe, and it was Crocs.
I heard about this. I actually read that
Is
same
an actual
article.
thing, really?
Yeah, it's a real thing because they had to be so cheap and they had to like mass produce them and everything else.
It makes sense, but they're not cheap anymore. But yeah.
No, dude, I was into the Orange Outlets Mall and there was a line just to get in the Crocs store.
What?
Don't your feet get sweaty?
I hate regular Crocs.
What? Wait.
I don't like regular Crocs.
This is the first time you're admitting this.
No, because all I wear is the Croc flops.
Yeah, I'm a flip flop guy.
So it's the same material as Crocs, which is very durable, which has good grip, which lasts a long time, all this other stuff. But it doesn't look like the stupid clog.
See, that's what I didn't like. Whenever I go to the desert or something, I'm wearing my Crocs. They get full of sand, and I got fucking sand inside there, just rubbing. It drives me fucking bonkers.
Do you run it in off road mode or do you run it? I'm sorry, 4-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive. Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Lockers.
Usually, yeah, I don't have it locked. Usually, I just 2-wheel in it.
Do you have the little
Unless I'm
flare?
trying to climb up a fucking hill or something, I got to switch it into 4x. But you know,
Hey, I use these flip flops.
and I have no flare.
Well, you know, when we went to Kofa National Preserve,
Patrick bought a pair, and it had like pouches and all kinds of shit
All
on
the
it, dude.
accessories.
All the accessories. Tactacrocs, dude.
Crocs, yes.
They're rad, dude.
Oh man.
The people have them where they can put like little light bars on them and shit.
Well, those
like
are all from the
winches.
RC.
Yeah, they're just attaching them, but
those axial scale crawlers. They have all like I had an electronic winch, and they put them on Crocs and stuff.
do they make icons for those?
We do.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we
you guys
don't-
have a
yeah,
partnership.
It's
really?
It's a license deal. We don't make the shocks.
yeah,
but yeah,
obviously, yeah.
most of
slap a
like
sticker
the
on them.
SCX 10.
Okay.
They come with icons.
Yeah, that's what I had on mine because they had the Honcho, which is like a Toyota,
Oh,
and they had the icon shocks with the little resis and stuff. Yeah, man.
oh, I need to get those on my.
I'm not going to tell you what I did though. I
I
switched them out for Kings.
Oh,
I did just because they were
They're
like
different
actual
colors?
shocks. Like you said, it's a licensing deal. You didn't make the shocks.
yeah.
sticker.
And King didn't make the other shocks either, but
Yeah,
they were
no.
actually aluminum bodied ones with actual springs and stuff. That's the only reason why I switched them out because I was into scale crawling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you sponsor my RC car?
Dude, okay, so
That'd be
funny story about the RC car. So I also have the Mini Cooper that we had mentioned, and I went up to a mini meetup, and then they did a run afterwards, but it was at Mini of Ontario. And I was like, man, I used to have an old 12 scale Mini Cooper that I painted the body, and it was red with a white top, which is exactly what I have. And I found it, and then I had to like rework all the electronics. I was like working so hard the day before just to get my RC car running.
Yeah, before
the car meet.
Before a car meet, you got to get your
Yes.
RC car.
Yes.
The car already ran. It's fine.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing. But don't worry about that thing.
So
Get a SEMA build your RC car real quick.
that's legit what I was doing. So I got my RC car running and everything, and that was the star of the show. I actually have this picture of it
for real?
parked in a parking space next to 3 old generation Mini Coopers. It was so cool. But I was like driving it around, and then Mini Cooper of Ontario's Instagram, they were like, they did a little filming of it and like made a little reel out of it. I was like,
rad.
oh man, RC cars, man,
It's fun.
Yeah, they're a money fucking suck also though.
the worst.
So I don't have one. I want one so bad. But I just can't. I can't convince myself to do it because what I would spend on that I could put in my real truck and
Oh, it's horrible.
Dude. And it's
I bought one because like I'm like, okay, I this is my thinking behind it. I'm like, well, my daughter needs something to do at camp. So I'll buy her an RC car.
that was the sell for the wife.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And but then like as soon as I got it, I'm like, fucking online all day long. I'm like, oh wow, you can get different axles for this shit. Oh shit. Oh. Next thing I know, I got a whole Amazon cart full. That's like, I'm like, dude, I'm about to drop $1,000 on a stupid RC car.
It's crazy how real they are now.
I
Like,
did buy some cool rims.
You can get like real
Yeah, you get-
axles.
yeah.
It's like it's got ring and pinion and like it's real. It's not just like
Oh yeah.
it's
I had it because I spent probably $1,700 on my crawler. It was insane.
Yeah, they're bonkers.
Stupid.
Yeah, and you can
And
get
then
all the lights and accessories and make them look like one off from your vehicle almost.
That's legit. I had winches and I had the remote
Yeah.
control worn winch and everything. Like it was cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
I even bought the bead locks.
Yeah, I got the bead locks on
the
that one.
weights,
Yeah.
you know, and everything.
Yeah, you upgraded like brass. It's because heavier for the lower center of gravity, and damn, yeah, they get you.
All the metal links.
Just another addiction. Fuck.
Yeah. And then people are swapping out those the plastic chassis with like full aluminum ones, C channels and everything. I did that.
cages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
we had a bunch of guys at the shop that were into it a long time ago, and we'd just go on lunch and we'd just go out back and just everyone would just break their shit. And then I mean
That's the problem. They break so fucking easy.
yeah.
Easier than my truck, my real truck.
Well, I mean, if you think about how fast they're
Yeah,
going
you're
to
pushing.
scale, you know.
If I was doing that in my truck and did, hey, a curb, yeah. Twice as big as me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I want one.
I
day.
do too.
One day.
My older brother actually, for his kid. It was for his kid.
They're
not for
always
him.
for the kids,
It's for his
not
kid.
for us. Yeah. Pro
Got
tip,
him.
guys. Just get them for your kids.
He got him an 8th scale crawler. That thing is massive. It's like a power
I
wheel.
would say that's a fucking big
You
eight.
can ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. It's
Is
got
it
like
gas? Like legit gas powered, or is
no,
it
it's electric. Yeah,
still electric?
yeah. You want electric? The
I know.
brushless, it's way better.
No, I know.
Nitro sounds cooler, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. But yeah, man, he bought this big old thing. Man, that thing's so realistic looking, and it's a massive. Like you could hurt somebody. You got to pull out insurance on that thing. You call it Mercury Insurance. Be like, hey, get a policy on this thing.
Yeah, it's all
so
plated
fucking
up
big,
and
dude.
shit.
Yeah, I'm over here with my 1/24th scale
Yeah.
crawlers from Axial or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, way off
What
topic
were those
there.
little cars, or little romper stompers or something when I was a kid? You never had
I
those?
remember Romper Stomp.
All right, thank you. All right.
I remember the little penny.
They're like
machine
battery
ones.
operated, like crawlers and shit. Little tiny little guys.
I remember I was into the Radio Shack
Oh, yeah.
RC cars because they had really cool ones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
That was the place to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what was it? Tyco. They made like the the one that would ricochet or something. It'd flip up and down. It could drive up.
Oh yeah, either way, no matter what,
it
you
had
can fuck up.
Yeah, the tank. It had the one with tank treads, and like every year there's like a new one.
The Ripper or something like all wheel steering. Yeah,
good stuff.
Dude, it's just now we just have bigger toys. That's all.
I was so deep. I was so deep into RC because I was racing. I had drift cars. I had RC rock crawlers, scale crawlers. I even had a plane. I was like, dude, yeah.
That's what I've always wanted.
Dude, they're so much fun. The Super Cub. They even have one that has like a thing where you can practice with a target. You can do bomber runs and then release a thing and like try to land on a target.
Well, just like drones now. That's all the only difference.
Yeah, but
you have a drone you've never flown, dude.
I have a brand new DJI Mavic Pro. Never flown it. I got it airborne. That was it. Then I was like, I'm too scared. Shut it down.
Gotta be like me and just crash it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
One of my buddies got into RC helicopter. Well, he was trying to be a helicopter pillet.
A legit helicopter pilot?
Yeah, he went to school. He flew it.
He is, yeah.
He's not, but he was. Like, he doesn't get paid to do it. He has flown helicopters.
He's got
I guess.
the license.
He had the license.
Sorry, dude. I hype you up, bro.
He lost it.
It's one of those things. If you don't
never knew it, yeah.
If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but he went out and spent a bunch of money on RC helicopter. And I was at his house, and that dummy flew it in his living room.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Shut up inside.
It's I don't
They're
know.
big.
I don't know what scale it was, but it was a big one.
They're still, yeah.
And everything was great until it wasn't. And
Tell us.
like I watched that thing come apart. Like it. That was
Oh Jesus!
Were you there with a drink and just like,
yeah, it was great. Yep. Sorry, Brian.
You're like dodging parts, like flying at you.
Yeah, put a gash in the drywall. It was cool.
Oh fuck!
Nice.
That's rad.
This has got a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah, very expensive story. Shit.
Yeah, those RC helicopters were really cool, but then everybody got into drones because they were like more
obviously.
stable and everything else.
Have you seen like I get the Instagram reels all the time. Give me dudes that are making like F-35s, like RC F-35s that like they do
Like rocket engines in them or some shit, right?
Well, no, it's like a fan,
Turbofan.
like a fan. You know, it's not a jet. I mean, they have jets.
Yeah,
these
well,
days,
yeah.
little jets, but like it does the vertical takeoff and it's got
I know what you're talking about. Okay,
yeah, and like the exhaust, the engine points down, it goes up, and like it's the
Really?
real shit. Like
That would be actually sick. Like
Sounds
a
like
Harrier
we have a
jump
new
jet?
hobby.
Like the Harriers and stuff.
yeah, like that. Yeah,
Fuck, that'd be sick. That was like one of my favorite jets when I was a kid, just because it's.
He
fucking
watched
cool.
the movie True Lies too many times.
I want to be honored. No, because they're fucking rad. You can just take off from anywhere. And there's like, wasn't there like that kid who like the Pepsi challenge and he like won one?
Oh, there was a whole Netflix documentary about that.
I
Like he wanted to win the jet.
Yeah.
I want a jet. Give me a jet.
You told me I got to buy 1 million Pepsi products or some shit, and he bought all the.
He had investors.
Yeah, he legit fucking pulled it off. Fuck you, give me my fucking jet.
they gave it to him, didn't they?
Yeah,
they
had to.
bought one from like Brazil or something.
Something like that. Yeah, all demilitarized.
Yeah,
and all that.
decommission or whatever.
Yeah. Think, all right, fuck you. Here's your shit. Eat a dick.
Good luck keeping it in the air.
Affording to fly it. Period.
Yeah. Can you afford the jet fuel? No. Yeah.
Too good.
I can't
too
afford
good.
fucking gasoline in my fucking truck, let alone jet fuel. Fuck.
That burns. They measure it by the pound.
Yeah.
How fast it burns it. Not,
Oh my God. I don't need another hobby.
No, God, no. I need to slim down my hobbies. I got too many.
So, when you get to camp, sorry, going back to camping,
okay.
what's your favorite spot to go camp at? Like, what's it like?
I mean, yeah, you're more of a obviously you're more
Dunes
of
or
a desert guy,
pines?
but like where have you explored around pretty good or?
yeah, I mean, I've did most of the time when I go camping somewhere up in the Sierras.
Oh
like,
yeah, can't go wrong.
Yeah, off 395. You know, like Independence. I don't know where the areas are called, but you know, I know the towns, Bishop, Independence, and all those places. You know, up in there. That's usually where I go. Other than that, it's Big Bear for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, when we go to the desert, we're usually, you know, we're not camping. We've got a trailer or something. It's hardly counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a
glamping.
smoker with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Inverter.
that was Big Bear. That was Big Bear. And I was
That's camping.
I was in a tent. That counts.
That technically counts. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't get to go camping all that often. I go maybe once, twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
And these days, you know, we have a trailer, so we use that instead of, you know, the multi easy up.
Did you grow up in around SoCal then?
I moved here when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. when I lived in Georgia, like I did the backyard camping a couple times, but that was about it. Like I didn't go camping until probably college.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
So what's big out in Georgia? Is it like mudding or is it like
It's all mud.
It's all mudding. There's no
It's so dense out there.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. And everything's 2-track through the woods, which is cool, but like if you blow a corner, you hit a tree. So yeah, and it's all like kind of like Texas, where it's all off-road parks. You got to pay to go wheeling and stuff.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I've
Yeah,
never
there's no-
done any of that.
There's no public land out there.
Really?
Mm-mm. Not like here. We're spoiled. So like the guys that live in Texas, like they have, it's all private land. Like
It's all like ranches and
Yeah,
stuff.
everything's been bought up by now. So
yeah, I usually go out to the Toyota Jamboree.
yeah,
It's and that's on a old iron mine, and like and whoever owns it now, they turned it off road park and they've got trails and stuff like that. But you have to
They're
pay
profiting
to
off
go
of it,
wheeling.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I couldn't tell you how much it costs, but like it's not like us. We're like, oh, I'm going to go to the desert or I'm going to go to Big Bear, and they just go.
I want to drive an hour and go fuck around and
Yeah. So we're pretty spoiled. So
Wow.
that's one good thing about California, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Southwest in general.
that's within. You go to Arizona or Nevada, anywhere and do that. But yeah, in California you can still do that. Still,
Wow, I never really thought about that.
yeah, I
Like,
didn't even thought. I thought it was just pretty open. But
like what do they do?
there's no like what about like national parks and stuff in Texas?
Well, I'm sure they do, but there's no. I mean, you can't go to Yosemite and go wheeling here.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you're
Joshua
right.
Tree has a little trail, and
Do they?
that's it. Oh yeah, that's actually how some people sneak into the park. Because it goes through the park, and you have to have 4-wheel drive and all that
trail,
stuff. But yeah, I mean, it goes through Joshua Tree National Park.
Fuck, what is it? I can't remember it. Yeah.
Why would you sneak into the park? You just drive in. No.
Well, it's part of a trail. It's not really sneaking in, but like they can go in, but they pass the gates, and they have to go back out that same way. Otherwise, if they're driving through the guard stand, then
they don't have their
they're like,
park
"Hey,
pass
what's
and they
going
don't want
on?"
to pay. And
Gets out of the adventure pass.
yeah,
Yeah, I would just get the adventure pass, pay your $80.
yeah, I have it
$80, be
regardless.
done.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I need to get one
yeah.
again.
Oh,
So
Yeah, and Georgia is all mudding.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
or mud
And-
trucks.
Yeah, and like the parties look cool, but I was a kid when I lived there, so I never went to one really. But like on TV, with all the girls in bikinis and all that stuff.
But yeah,
like
in the
great
back of the
time.
trucks. Yeah,
I
it
mean
looks like a fun
2
time.
2
eh?
a.m. commercial.
Some girls gone wild in Georgia.
Pretty much.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Let me see that thing real quick.
Oh yeah, the boulet.
Boulet.
All right.
Some fancy boulet.
Bullet.
Oh man. So,
Yeah.
what's next? What's next for you? What's next for Icon? What's next? What's your next big thing coming up?
Well, right now it's new Tacoma. This is the next big one.
Oh, the fit or what
Fourth
is it?
gen.
Fourth gen. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet.
Have you guys
to be
gotten your hands on one yet?
honest. Not yet. They don't exist yet.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
was
aside
curious.
from like the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that they drag around.
I didn't
So
know if they would let you guys get first dibs on something, or you got to wait till like a customer buys one or something.
it varies, but we're not that tight with Toyota, surprisingly. Even though we
Jeez,
try
you
hard.
think?
Yeah, I mean, they're in pretty tight with Fox and those other
Oh,
guys.
that's true.
So
Yeah, they already have their
yeah,
allegiances.
it's all right. The
That's kind of funny though, because like when I think of Toyota suspension, I think of Icon for aftermarket.
same. Yeah, wait, we
Yeah, I don't think of like King until I started thinking of like long travel shit.
right. I mean, I'll be honest. We've talked to them before about it, but we're still small. We can't meet that volume that they're going to need to put it on new trucks. You know what I mean? So that's what they want. But we know guys, and we get so
There's gonna be a plenty of people chomping at the bit to buy that when it comes out.
totally. Yeah, I'm excited.
You will
about
have no problem getting one. Yeah.
Yeah, we know people, and so it's like it's not like we have a truck lined up. Like, oh, we're gonna get the first one. Like, no, that's not how it works all the time. But we've got stuff in the works, and
Cool.
every time we see one, we get under there with the cell phone and start
Take some little,
pictures and-
yeah.
Few photos.
yeah, they've got the LiDAR. You can measure stuff, and that
Oh,
sort of
there
thing.
you go.
So, but we're working on it. That'll be the next big thing, just because that's the
Are there a lot of
the
changes to
platform.
it? Do you think?
Oh, it's totally different. Well, it's complete from the third gen. Yeah, it's totally different. We have our theories, and from what we've all seen, it's probably more than likely a scaled down version of the Tundra.
So it has coils in the rear.
It is. Well, there's two versions. So they've got like the TRD Pro and I think I forget all the trims, but they're going to be linked like that. And then the lower trims are still leaf sprung, but they're going to like a spring under setup, kind of like the old 5-luggers used to be.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a lot like the new Tundra is. My job is really hard because there's so many different packages and trims and options and stuff, and like, you know, it fits this one, but it doesn't fit that one, and like if you put it on this one, it lifts it this much, but on this one, it actually lowers it. Like they're making it kind of tough for us these days, and so the new Tacoma is going to be that, but probably harder, I think, just because now there's so many different trims and so many different options.
They throw.
Well, you guys have been blessed with the whole 5th gen 4Runner thing from 2010 until now. I mean, you guys haven't had to do anything. That's
all
free
the way back
money.
to 03. They didn't change shit.
Nope.
Like it's been the same truck for 20 years.
Works.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's really what the rear of the rear platform is just they scale it up, they scale it down. Like it's the same.
Doesn't change much, yeah.
Concept, you could say.
Well, it's funny, like they're like hinting like the new Land Cruiser might come out, but they just have the Sequoia come out. And if they bring out the Land Cruiser, then like, are they even going to bother with a 4Runner?
I have my theories.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I think the new Land Cruiser is that new GX.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that it looks pretty obvious, but I think that the 4Runner will be similar, but different. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be like the.
They'll give it that like the Tundra and the Tacoma of that boxier kind of style front end, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just tweak it a little bit, like
I wouldn't
aesthetically.
Yeah, I mean, cosmetically will be different, but like I think that when
will they give it lockers? Finally, no.
Not fronts.
No shot.
Never fronts.
No.
They won't warranty that.
No.
Yeah. They're not. They don't have the best reputation for holding together with lockers. But I think it'll be probably, and this is just my thought. I was completely wrong about the Bronco, so what the hell do I know?
I want to know what you said about the Bronco.
Did it just be the Ranger?
Oh, yeah.
I hated pretty hard before it came out.
Honestly, our friends have one. I kind of like it.
They're big.
I kind of like
They're
it.
really cool.
I'd probably prefer that over a new Jeep.
Yeah. The Jeeps do better in the rocks. I will say that much.
Yeah, but I never go on the rocks. I just want to go fast.
But going fast, I mean, dude, that's out of all the platforms we make stuff for, that one boogies.
I bet.
Ford's good at the desert stuff, like the Raptors and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah. I mean, the Raptors are their own, but the Bronco will do almost as good as Raptor.
Yeah, just on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they have the Bronco.
The Bronco Raptor.
The Raptor.
the Raptor.
With the fucking ridiculous fenders.
Yeah, those are terrible.
It's pretty fucking ugly. I saw one in Woodland
Tear those
Hills,
off,
and I
open
was
wheel
like,
that bitch, and call it a day.
It looks like a cheap bolt-on kit of fenders, like, you know, those old Bushwhacker fenders.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Afterthought.
Yeah.
Totally. But I mean, get some fiberglass. I mean,
they make glass for those already? Probably.
Perry's. Advanced does.
Oh, Advanced does?
Advanced, yeah. I mean, it looks the same as what they make for the regular Bronco, just white.
Yeah. A little
Which
flare.
looks sweet. I mean, the stock Bronco fenders kind of suck too. I mean, just
a lot of people rip them off.
Yeah.
You can take them off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And they have like the delete kit.
That looks cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Gives it that buggy look.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. But
you get a lot of mudslinging though.
True. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of mud.
Dude,
sucks.
after Mojave, I'm just like, fuck that.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh,
I went to the dump this weekend and got it all muddy.
Oh, yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
Took me.
It ain't mud either, by the way.
Yeah. Like we got back and it was going to rain on Sunday. It did rain.
Yeah.
And
because I washed my truck on
exactly.
Sunday.
Same. I was like, I have to get this mud off. Like it's a new truck. We got to keep it kind of nice.
Somewhat.
And then it rained like 15 minutes after we finished washing it. But at least it doesn't have the shit mud from the dump on it.
Yeah, get that off.
yeah,
that
that's
stink.
terrible.
That stank.
That stank.
Ugh.
Yeah, I haven't washed my Colorado in probably over a year.
I washed my Tacoma for the first time in probably a year on Sunday.
Well, I mean that's an 07.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine's 21. I probably have washed it like maybe 4 times since I bought it.
I haven't washed my car in for fucking probably a year.
Oh, I bought that Kia and I still haven't washed it.
Yeah,
I bought it in
I wash
September
my
of
truck
21,
more than I wash my
23.
car.
Makes it more aerodynamic, like a golf ball.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bumpy,
the dimples.
dimples, exactly.
Yeah,
And you wash it, get some weight reduction. You probably got a couple pounds of mud on there.
my grime.
Do you think your trucks or cars run better after you wash it?
Absolutely.
It is crazy.
It's weird how that works, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It feels like it runs
It
better.
just, it's like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll run better now. I don't know why.
Yeah. I always thought I was weird, but I think that's the thing.
So my old piece of shit Land Rover out there, I was always afraid to wash it, like the underbody, like the, whatever, the engine bay, the
Mud's
underbody.
holding that shit together,
I didn't
bro.
exactly, dude. Every time I'd like just get under there with a pressure washer and try and like get all the mud and shit off from underneath, it would start leaking. So I'm like,
You took the sealant away.
exactly. The mud was holding everything
That's
together.
the RTV. It's the poor man's RTV.
Exactly, dude.
Okay, so I have to ask you something. Land Rover Disco 1 that's out in there. There is so many problems with the shocks and everything. It doesn't matter what you buy for it.
You only have Old Man Emu
Old Man Emu, and what's the other
and
brand?
Terra Firma.
Terra Firma.
You
Those
guys
two
ever touch any old school shit?
We did.
You did?
We made a few disco, I think it was definitely Disco 1.
Yeah.
A few sets of shocks for it
Really?
back in the day. Yeah.
They're not available anymore.
No. We can make a shock for anything.
Make some custom shit.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't advertise it. But we can make a shock for literally almost
Wild to mild, go crazy. Yeah.
Well, it was just kind of funny because like we went on that Kofa trip I was telling you about, and where I wore these flip flops and hiked up and found the drone out in the wilderness. But that's a different story. But it was funny because he broke his shock. He just like flexed out. It was a brand new Old Man
I had
Emu.
Old Man Emus, brand new. Maybe a couple months old, and fucking snapped it. And
then we get to the very end, and then the other guy with us has a Disco 1 as well, and he broke his Terra Firmas in the exact same way.
they're just trash.
Just like I think it's the geometry or something. Like I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we were looking at it, and like the way they have the mounts for it is stupid. They're on an angle already, so when you're
It just binds it all up.
it just binds up. So when you drop out, your suspension drops out instead of coming straight down or angling in. It's already at an angle out, and it's fucking
snaps
bad
it snaps
design.
the head off.
But they're like the original, like jungle
Camel trophy,
safari.
dude.
You think they would have their shit figured out?
No one has their shit figured out.
Yeah,
Like I mean, even
fair.
like I mean, everyone still uses that stem mount, on the shock, because my theory is it's cheap. You just put a hole in the frame, and it's easy to make. Versus having
A couple of washers, bushings, then done.
right. Versus having to have two tabs that are welded on in a certain spot, and like that's, they make it for. We use our trucks in ways that they advertise that they're made to do, but they're not really made to do.
The commercial, it showed me doing this rad shit. Why can't I do that?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah,
Not
until they didn't show you when it broke into a million pieces. Yeah,
totally. But no one's got their shit figured out. And I think that Land Rover has just been, it's the rich guy's off-roader. We're going on safari.
the bougie
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And like, not that they don't work. They work, obviously, to a degree. But I mean, just everything breaks.
All over the world in the 90s, the UN vehicles were like freaking Land Rover
Defenders and
Discoveries
shit.
and Defenders. I mean, the Discovery is basically the same platform as a Defender.
If you
though.
don't fuck with them and you just kind of leave them as they are, they're pretty fucking solid. But when you start doing like dumb shit with them, like
like you,
whatever,
all of us, you mean?
yeah, you're pushing the limits of it. I mean, they're meant to take abuse. They're farm trucks originally. They're meant to and so
they're British, right? Or English, I should say.
Yeah.
British, English,
Well,
Now they're Indian.
Yeah, who knows who they are? They're American for a bit.
I thought they were Chinese. No.
I thought they were owned by
India.
Tata.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the latest owner. Yeah, who knows?
Gets passed around as Ford for a minute.
Yeah, they're sluts, whatever. But
Overland sluts.
yeah, but they're as they are. They're turnkey. They're pretty capable. But once you start adding dumb shit and doing dumb shit with them, then you're like anything. Like
That's anything.
Yeah.
every vehicle I've had, I've broken at some point just because I'm doing dumb shit with them. Come on. Yeah.
That's how it goes. They make it this way for a reason, and we think we know better.
Sometimes we
Of
do.
course
Though.
we do. Come on now.
Sometimes we do though.
But, for the most part, Toyota's hold up. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've got 200,000 miles of proof.
Yeah.
Well, the second gen Taco is just like known, like that's the one to get.
Yeah.
We slept on too, because everybody's like, "Oh, I want the new," but and then like.
You mean the new, same but worse?
Yeah, exactly. Right? And then everybody's like, "Well, I want the vintage, the first gen because like the old."
No, you don't, because then you have lower ball joint
and
issues.
Chip breaks, and so yeah,
underpowered. I had all those issues in my Gen 1.
Yeah.
A Gen 2 with a V8 would be
primo.
Yeah.
The V8 would be fucking.
Well, I had the V8 in the 4Runner. I had an 03 4Runner V8.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. Should have never sold that thing.
The only downside is it's all the full-time four-wheel drive thing. If you could run it in two-wheel drive, that would be...
I had a Ford Explorer.
White Buffalo.
That was the V8 Explorer, but they didn't offer four-wheel drive. It was only all-wheel drive. Same fucking thing.
They do it to save the drivetrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I got a V8 now. I want to wheel it. I want to
go fast.
Yeah, I had the V6 four-wheel drive Explorer. Yeah, get that Fly Daisy. Yeah, I had the V6 four-wheel drive, and it was fucking rad. I'm like, oh, sweet. Now I got the
You're talking
V8.
about like a 98 Explorer?
The 90s. Yeah, the boxy one. And then I got the little slightly rounded version, like the 98, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a slightly rounded one.
Yeah.
Not the Jurassic Park Explorer.
No.
That was 93-ish.
Yeah.
98.
But yeah. And it was a V8, but it was only all-wheel drive, which was kind of sucky.
I mean,
and it was an underpowered V8 too. It's kind of weak.
I mean, all-wheel drive is fun, but it's not. I like to just roast tires and do Brodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Land Rover it's all-wheel drive until you put it into four-wheel, which was
low range transfer.
Yeah, I almost literally never put it into four-wheel. Just left it in all-wheel drive and went everywhere.
And it broke. And it died.
Well, no, it had almost 300,000 miles on it and finally blew the motor.
Yeah, good
times. Not bad. 300.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I had 260 and then the odometer stopped, so I'm guessing about 300.
260 plus.
Ish. Yeah.
So you've owned the Tacoma for how long? Did you buy it new?
I did.
Ooh, see, that's
really
that's the
wow.
Key.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. She's tool drive, and it's. She'll probably hear me say this, and it'll break on me tomorrow. But
she ain't listening.
She's not here.
Don't listen in the truck.
We're not even going to launch this till next Friday, so you have at least a week.
If I were to build another truck, because it's getting kind of old, it runs great, but it looks like shit, and it's just stuff like right now the starter's finicky. Like if it's hot outside, you don't want to start. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So, if I were to build another truck, I would build the same thing. So why would I get rid of it? Yeah, it works. Yeah. It works that good. Like,
would you keep the 2-wheel drive or would you convert it?
I'm going to convert it. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I've done some research.
SAS?
I still want to keep it.
No need to.
Yeah. All the points are there. You just got to get the diff. And the axles and the transmission, and I have to do a little bit of modification to the carrier bearing cross member because that's a slightly different spot. But other than that, it's all bolts on, and then just got to get an FJ T case with the shifter like a stick.
Yeah. Oh, that's what Adam did with his Sequoia. He put an FJ
the same thing.
transfer case.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to try that one day.
Do it.
Mind.
So I will say,
do
you know Brandon Barbrina, who was a Falcon guy, but now he's at Liqui Moly? He's friends with Rory.
I've probably met him.
He was hanging out at the ORW meetup.
But then I've definitely met him.
Yeah, he's the one with the Gladiator. Well, he and he's the reason why I got into off-roading. He's at fault for all of my off-roading passion.
Yeah.
So I originally started out with a 2-wheel drive XJ, and it was totally virgin.
Jeep speed.
Yes. Well, then what happened was he's like, let's convert it. And so we did, and everything was literally just bolts right in. All the holes were there. Like everything was all set up, from the factory. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Toyota similar, but it sounds like it.
Thing. Yeah.
You don't make too many changes. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things you could knock out in the weekend if you have all this stuff.
And if you have the patience and it's not
got all the
summertime.
stuff, the money, in the time, yeah, you can do it. Yeah. Don't do it right now when it's 100 degrees out. I have so many projects I don't want to do.
Right. Yeah, I still have my first car.
Really?
I do.
Wow,
I had a
He's
Fleet
like
for
the
a while.
opposite of me.
Fucking wish
He's
I
like
had
the
my first car.
Oh yeah, me too.
Same. If I ever find it, I'll buy it. But
Go ahead.
on. Yeah,
What was
sorry.
your first car?
It's okay.
We're just regretting.
Reminiscing.
It's a 71 C10.
Oh, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking rad.
Yeah. And so I stopped driving it in 05, I think, 04, 05, and then it sat in my garage for ever. And then a couple years ago, I was bored. I was like, it's time to short bed this thing. And
Hell
so
yeah.
I cut it in half, and it's literally in a million pieces. So that's the next project before I do the four-wheel drive swap.
The never-ending project.
Dude, the C10 two-wheel
That'd be
drive.
rad.
To me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a little like, are you going to lower
Dump
it,
it.
street truck it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to do, I don't know, because I'm a shock guy. I'm gonna do our shocks. Figure out.
Of course.
It's leaf sprung right now, so I'm gonna do a link conversion. And
Hell yeah.
And then coil spring coilovers, and I don't know, get crazy.
Get
It'll
a
probably be
rear
a pile
end.
of shit when I'm done, but it'll be cool.
It'd be sick though, dude.
I hope so.
Hell yeah.
One day, but it's currently in two pieces because it's in a storage unit because I haven't had time or the space to mess with it. So it's stacked on top of itself, which makes it really convenient for
Storage.
storing it.
Yeah. Nice.
It's like a transformer.
Yeah, it's compact.
Yeah. I don't know why you're laughing over there. You have a busted ass
Shut
Land
up.
Rover there in the driveway.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
I'm the king of projects. Don't worry, dude. Yeah.
Same.
I grew up in the desert scene, so I had a pre-runner back in the day, and it literally sat in my garage for probably 5 years before I finally just gave up and sold it.
The Ranger?
Yeah. I still regret it because I didn't get anything for it. It probably had
Your wife
7,000.
made you do that, right?
I had $7,000 in shocks, and I probably sold the whole truck for fucking $5,000.
Sucks, huh?
Sucks.
I've taken losses.
No, it was during
okay.
it was during the recession of 08, and I couldn't get a job, and I got a mortgage to pay. Time to sell the fucking toys. And that was the last toy to sell.
You should have done pizza deliveries in that pre-runner, dude.
Oh, I did pizza deliveries in the pre-runner.
Yeah?
Trust me, dude. I was a pizza delivery driver in that motherfucker.
He still has his little light up Tony Pepperoni thing
I
on
would go,
top.
yeah,
He still has
the
it.
pizza sign. I
Rad.
still have it. 'Cause I'd go out to Glamis. I'd roll the pizza sign lit up on it. It was fucking rad. Thing was
People
dope.
flagging down. I want pizza.
Yo, you got pizza? I'm like, fuck, I'm sorry. Dude, I could have made a killing selling pizzas out there.
Even if it was Domino's, just like get a bunch of
Oh, dude,
or
didn't
Little
matter.
Caesars like pre-made pizzas.
Just go out, buy like 50 pizzas, throw them in the truck, drive out there.
Dude, that's the move. That's the move.
$20 a pizza. Let's go.
King of the Hammers, man.
There's a guy.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
a guy.
There's a guy.
He had
the
the
F-150.
Domino's.
Yeah.
He had a Domino's thing on there. I remember that.
I see him all the time.
Chocolate Thunder, man. That was mainly where I saw him.
Yep. I forget what the place is called. Is it Domino's? Is it a Domino's? I thought it was just like a.
No, but he had a Domino's like delivery
Logo up there, light
top
up
thing. Yeah.
But there's a. It's like a no-name pizza place, and there's a guy that drives like the 03 F-150 style. You know,
Yeah.
the bubble style.
Yeah.
That he'll deliver
ugly
to the
one.
lake bed.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I've seen it happen.
You're probably killing it. in Tips, dude. Dude's like, yes,
Well,
pizza.
Domino's came out with that app where they'll deliver it to the beach if you're on the beach.
But
Really?
that's not the middle of.
Yeah.
Not Johnson Valley.
Johnson Valley. Good
No,
luck
I know,
finding
but it was
me.
like
Here are my coordinates.
Again, fine print fucks you, and it was like literally like select locations like Manhattan Beach or some
some
bullshit.
Bougie shit.
It was marketing.
I feel like they've always done that though.
Of course.
because it doesn't everywhere have an address.
Yeah.
GPS
technically.
coordinates.
I mean, I've been at random places, like at the beach, honestly, at like Newport, Balboa, by the pier down there. We do a bonfire all the time. We had pizza delivered there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's a spin in it.
I kind of want pizza now.
Yeah.
so
I've had
hungry.
rigs and brews and shit. I'll have pizza delivered to the parking lot.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that. We were at Duckfoot Brewing.
Yeah.
Have you ever been out of Rigs and Brews?
No. I've seen it. I've seen.
Dude,
y'all's
you gotta
posts on
go.
it, so.
Oh, you should go. Even if you guys aren't like don't have a booth or something, but I mean, you should have a booth there because a shit ton of people show up to that. But if you don't, you should just show up because it's fucking a good time. Good beers.
It's
the next
honestly like
December.
December, yeah. Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
It's
Toys
a
for
bit,
Tots.
yeah.
the
like,
fundraiser one.
I dressed up as Santa Claus, and
Yeah.
then one of the Jeep guys,
Robert.
Robert, he dressed up as the Grinch.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
It's industry people and regular people, and we're all just having a good time because everybody's drinking beer and just having a good time walking around. But there's a bunch of vendors.
Where at?
Usually, I believe it's going to be again this year. I don't want to misspeak, Michelle. But I believe it's going to be at a Duckfoot Brewery down in Miramar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a big turnout. Yeah.
No. It's usually a decent turnout, man.
It's always a huge turnout. But I mean, like for her, what I've heard is that she likes to keep it like a small community type thing, but the community is so tight down there. The brands that are showing, it's like more mom and pop style shops. She likes to support the small business.
Yeah, get them some cred. But honestly, the big name guys show up too, though. But
yeah. There's some big names. So it's like, if you show up, like Allie Venture, her boyfriend with the flatbed Tundra, he's got all icon.
He does.
Oh yeah,
he's cool.
Yeah.
So you've met him.
Yeah.
I've never met him in person. I've talked to him online and stuff.
Yeah, Mike. His name's Mike. He's really cool.
Yeah. Most people I never meet in person. I know everybody's Instagram handles. I don't know their real name. Yeah.
I dig flatbed trucks.
Dude. I'm so jealous. Like, that's originally what I wanted to do with that one, was do a flatbed. But it's like $15,000 just for the flatbed. I'm like,
I want to do a flatbed on my Colorado.
Yeah,
but it's just it's not financially smart. None of this
is
diamond
plate, man.
Yeah.
Who needs fancy schmancy?
Yeah,
it was kind of funny because I took a group to Arizona doing Sedona and all that stuff, and Mike came with us with his flatbed Tundra, and he had a skeleton because it was near Halloween time.
Oh, right.
He had a skeleton on the back with a zip tied on Truly in his hand, and and a thing around his neck. It says it's a Jeep thing.
Shut up, dude.
So funny.
He's got the truck bed trailer.
Yeah, he pulled his bed off and turned it into a trailer. It's so
I love
rad.
redneck shit like that.
I love that, dude. It's so
but
great.
It's clean.
Yeah,
and he's got icons on the trailer.
Dude, he did a good job with that, dude. He did clean on.
You need to get that guy in a booth, man, because people will be like, "What the fuck?"
Go all out, baby.
Yeah.
And you guys do Robert Waltzing Matilda. He's got a Jeep Gladiator out of
Harsh. Robert Harsh.
Yeah, out of Death Valley and stuff. Yeah.
The police officer.
Yeah.
I know Robert. Yeah, I didn't know his the name of the Jeep. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
He was in our booth at Expo.
Yeah. No, I love that guy, dude. He gave me a giant tour of Death Valley and all around. And
that's like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah. He's like salt of the earth, dude. That guy's rad.
That's like not the one place, but one place I've never been is Death Valley.
Really?
Same.
It's me too. Like in the sense, like where I'm like it's Death Valley. It's just a fucking giant, hot fucking desert. I'm like, I don't need to go there. And so I finally went. And like he showed me around. Like there was so much more to it. Like we spent 4 days exploring Death Valley, and I'm like, I gotta go back because there's so much more he could show me. And like we went, and in the heat, it was like 109 in the valley, deadpan, like in one of the spots, Deep Valley. But like everywhere he took us, it was like in the 70s and stuff.
Wow.
Like you don't realize high elevation, but you don't realize how big the park is.
I thought Death Valley was like the lowest point in the world or something.
Well, yeah, parts of it are down in the valley where we went at one point, it was like 109, but the rest of it just spans out and it's huge. Like there's water features and just so much cool shit and history out there. Like anybody listening, like I highly recommend Death Valley, adding that to your list. That's such a cool place.
I'll go
and
in
if you know Robert,
winter,
like you know, Robert would definitely show you guys around. Like tell hey Robert, I kind of want the fucking tour of Death Valley, and he would fucking be ecstatic. He loves showing people around.
I'll ask him next time I see him.
Definitely do. He would definitely show you around. And let me know when you go, because I will join you.
Yeah, me too, because I haven't done it yet, man.
It's fucking rad.
Yeah, Brandon went out with his buddy.
You don't have icons. You can't come.
Not yet.
We're all inclusive here, my friend.
Jeez. Haters. No, but, Brandon just went out there with his old friend Steve, and Steve actually rebuilt a cabin out there.
Oh, that's right.
And all that stuff. And he went out there like a Monday or 2 Mondays ago. And he showed me pictures and video, and man, it is cool. But people trashed it. He had like this little cave area where he kept supplies because it kind of was out of the elements and stuff. And people had just like kind of trashed it. He's like, dude, it's not just for me; it's for everybody who ends up showing up.
Most of the cabins we went to are like pretty legit. Everybody took good care of them. There was a few cabins where we're not allowed to like say where we were because they're kind of, you don't want people fucking with them. But yeah, for the most part, people are pretty good with that. Like, and like some of these cabins were amazing, well stocked. You know, like yeah, if you just pulled in, you could survive there if you had to. But
somebody smashed his like stove and all sorts of stuff, and he's like, "Dude, it's not
asshole.
Just my stove. He left it there for everybody."
For people, yeah.
Well,
sucks.
Anyways,
A lot of people suck.
Yeah,
dude,
basically.
they do. Yeah. Question. Sorry, just came to my head. Because we were talking about people who suck. Do you guys make suspension for like razors, side by sides, and everything?
No. Well, we have. Yeah. So
Speaking of people who suck.
Speaking about people who suck.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, it's a terrible transition. It just came to mind.
because
Because it's a huge community.
It is.
Obviously, but yeah.
What they come with is honestly pretty decent.
Set,
you know.
What do they come with? What is?
I don't know, yeah.
Who makes it from the factory? Like who supplies that?
It depends.
Polaris.
Yeah. Walker, Fox, usually. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, what comes on it is not bad by any means, you know, and so usually just a little bit of tuning, respring, something like that, and you're good to go versus having to drop 10 grand on a whole new shock package. That's
There are a lot of people who own those have a lot of ridiculous money, dude.
Those same people, they used to own boats. Okay.
Exactly. Guess what?
They break out another 1,000, dude. Like, why not?
Yeah, jump on that market. That in the Subi market, you're fucking...
we I don't know if I should tell this, but we messed with something a long time ago on our razor because we've tried it and we played with it. Just
have test
we just never
vehicles.
did it. Yeah. We made we called it the fat friend compensator.
You picking up fat chicks or what, dude?
And basically it was a way for you to adjust the preload on the coilovers from inside the cab. And so it was all hydraulic actuated. And it was pretty trick, but yeah, that's
You're in the 4-seater, you pick up the hot chick, be like, oh, but she's bringing her friend. Beep, 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 beep.
Fucking awesome. I love that shit.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Oh, you should have brought that to market.
Yeah, it probably would have been renamed.
Maybe, but yeah.
That's good stuff, dude. Oh, man.
I love it.
All right. Well, I mean, we've had a lot of fun tonight, man. We've gone all over the place, but you want to get to some plugs? You want to get to? Is there anything else you want to know about our friend here?
I'm sorry, I'm just crying. A little teared up.
He experienced that in the Ranger, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude. Oh God, yeah. That's why I got airbags.
Oh man. Well, I mean, is there anything you want to plug? Anything coming up?
Obviously, you're going to plug Icon. I mean, do you have your own Instagram you want to plug or anything like that?
You don't want to go to my Instagram. I never post on there. I'm on the lurker type.
Yeah, but I want to know about the C10. I need to know these things,
you got
man.
a picture of the C10 on there?
It's and actually in pieces. Yeah, sure. If you want to see the slow disassembly as I got
I'll
drunk and
stalk
took
you.
it
Don't
apart.
worry, bro.
It's at Scott_Spiva SPIVA at Instagram. Yeah, this is my name.
Yeah.
Famous, you know.
Insta-famous.
Insta-famous. You got a lot of cool stuff now coming out. All the new trucks. I can't say
Obviously,
the super cool shit that's coming is like still top secret.
But you'll tell us off there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll sign an NDA.
Yeah.
Good. I brought one. Here you go.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned. You know, come by, say hi.
I'm sure you guys are.
I'm sure anything coming out, you're gonna make some cool shit for. So
yeah, you guys are gonna be on top of it. So
we're trying. You know, it's everything comes in waves. You know, we're like there'll be a couple years where nothing really new truck wise, and then next year everyone has new shit at the same time.
Yeah,
so
like makes it hard.
Yeah. But we got stuff for the new Raptor coming. That's part of the cool top secret shit.
Very cool.
And then look out for more of the. We're talking about the seat EV shocks, electronic shocks. We got more stuff for that coming. Like that's, you know, what it does is what we're doing with it is only a small percentage of what it's capable of, and so we're going to have a lot more of that stuff rolling out pretty much as we figure it out and get it working. And just you update your app and boom, you've got new features that you didn't have before.
It's very Tesla-like.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. We do have Tesla stuff coming too. That's
what? Cybertruck.
Of course.
Shut up! Is that actually going to happen?
I don't know about Cybertruck. Well, if
it comes out,
if they make it, Icon better be on that shit.
We will. But no, we have currently rolling around in the world prototype stuff on Teslas.
No way.
Like the
car?
X and the Y, probably, right?
Correct. Yeah. And then
So you fucking around with cars and stuff?
Rivians, I'm sure. Yeah.
Nothing with Rivian yet.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. That's we've thought about it, but they've got fancy like air suspension.
Oh, that's true. They got their own little proprietary.
We can talk offline about that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're doing more car stuff. You know, it's the future, man. You got to do this electric car stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll say it now just because it's very soon. The Lightning.
The F-150 Lightning.
Lightning. Yeah, we've got
Is there a new Ford Lightning coming out? I'm not
No, it's already out, dude. I see them all the time.
Yeah, she's electric.
Oh,
It's electric.
Never mind. I'm thinking of like the old school where they were actually.
No, we're not talking like V8 supercharged Lightning.
I'm like, oh, it got me excited. Electric. Yeah, never mind.
But it may actually be released before this podcast comes out. So we're doing a lowering kit.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah. So instead of trying to hold on to that street truck vibe of the Lightning,
the
it's
original
not an off-road rig, you know.
Yeah.
So we're the lowering kit will be first, and it's going to be all with the electronic damping adjustment.
Yeah, because everything's electric anyways.
Sense.
Might as well
Makes
follow
sense.
the theme.
Yep. We're going to do a lift system for it too. You know, but the lowering kit's first, just because.
So, question about the lowering kit: would that make it more or less fuel efficient?
We are still figuring that out, to be honest.
When I say fuel, I mean electric fuel, obviously.
To be honest, the biggest issue are the tires.
Goddamn tires, man.
Yeah, they always say that electric vehicle tires are different. They're special.
They're harder compound, typically, right?
Sure, I don't know.
They want to get the better mileage.
But apparently they are different because when we put it on ours, because we have one, and took it to SEMA, it was one of our SEMA trucks. It got significantly worse mileage.
Really?
Whatever. Yeah, like way worse.
Just lowering it?
We think it was the tires more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Do you have aftermarket tires or the tires it came with?
we put
But the
Nittos
tires made that big of a difference. Interesting.
What kind of tires?
Nittos. I don't know which one, but it's a Nitto tire. Sorry, Nitto. Like it's not your
No, it's not their fault.
No.
It's
Hey,
just-
you know what?
yeah.
You probably bought like a street truck tire that's more grippy. It's probably a softer compound
Yeah, so
rubber.
you're getting-
So you're gripping more of the road, which takes away from fuel efficiency. I mean, when I have
that's
an
why they
electric
do the
car,
hard compounds.
the eco tires are a harder compound. You have less grip, but hey, man,
Better gas mileage.
that roll resistance.
Yeah, like it wouldn't make it all the way. We had to stop in Baker,
Really?
charge, and then we had to stop again in I think Prim, is where we stopped.
Wow, you had to do 2 stops all just to get to Vegas.
Well, that was just so that it had juice to roll around with.
Oh,
in Vegas.
Yeah, they had to top it off.
Yeah.
Top it off.
Yeah,
I got
and then same thing on the way home. Stop in Prim or Baker. Sorry, made it to Baker.
Yeah.
Stop in Baker. So it's kind of a bummer, but it's fast as shit. I'll say that
Oh,
much.
yeah,
they're
dude.
rad.
Quick as shit. Let's
Yeah.
say that it's
Quick.
There's not. I've never been slammed
Top
in the back
speed.
of the seat like I've been in that thing.
Dude, they're torque
Really?
monsters.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
EV is all about torque.
well, you know what they say? I mean, I forgot who said it, coined the term. I'm probably butchering it, but they say horsepower sells cars, torque wins races. And that's why electric vehicles are just like, boom.
Yeah.
They're out the whole shot, man. They're like, boom.
Yeah, you're doing
gone.
quarter mile. Fuck off, dude. They're gone.
I mean, just think about that. Like, even going back to RC cars, electric versus nitro, which is like fuel,
yeah.
like no contest, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this still doesn't sound as cool. That's the
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Do that
Yes.
with like with the charger where they had the electric noise.
Dude, okay,
or some
so
bullshit,
Ford came out with their little Mach E thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was
Mustang,
during SEMA or
Mach-E.
whatever.
Not a Mustang.
But they had this like simulated V8 sounds and shit. And
well,
you're
that's
just
what I'm
like,
saying. Like I think Dodge did that with their Charger too. There's like a fake simulated V8 sound. Like,
well, a lot of
sounds so
OEMs were actually supplementing their exhaust note with the stereo inside.
Raptors do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Kia Stinger did it too.
I think my Tundra does it too. I don't know that, but I have my suspicions.
Huh.
Yeah. But you know, there's nothing like an old muscle car that
Oh,
you just
dude.
feel the rumble. You feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
The one that you're talking about, though, the Charger or whatever that
Yeah.
one, I've from what I remember, that was more of it wasn't a speaker. it wasn't like, you can change your tune or whatever. It's some sort of like like a baffled like fan or something to give it that.
So when you hit the exhaust, it would just or some silly shit.
It spools up and it spools down.
Yeah,
or something. Like I don't know. I just imagine kind of like the Tesla horn. You could put a fart noise on it.
It sounded kind of silly. I'm like, no.
The Charger had this?
I think so.
It was like a concept car.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was like a SEMA build or something.
Oh,
They
that's what I was
rolled it
confused.
in.
I was like, dude, those probably don't have that. Anyway.
No. It's not a factory option or anything like that. No. Yeah. Well, maybe now, I don't know. But back then it was, like a concept or something. Just rolled it out. Look, you can hear it. You're like, no, I don't want to hear it. Turn it off.
No, thanks. Yeah. I heard about people hacking them and like the Teslas, like the audio speakers that are outside vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
And then I always thought it'd be cool to put like a 2-stroke motorcycle, like dirt bike, with like when you're like at a stoplight, just like rev up on people.
Oh, yeah. You got a little YZ50 back in the day, 2-stroke.
Yeah, man.
My parents, like, in the neighborhood, everybody hated me, so I would literally have to like put it in neutral and coast it home when I got into our neighborhood because everybody would be pissed.
That was me in the early 2000s. My 240 SX had a lot of ass exhaust. Dude.
Yeah,
like Ben's home.
Yep. Turn that shit off. Sorry.
Oh man. Well, that's cool. No, I mean, thanks for sharing that with us. You're here first, or second, or third. I don't care.
Maybe.
Like technically, saw it SEMA, so you're off the hook.
There we go. Hey, the embargo is lifted
this year.
Oh yeah, I'll be there all week.
All right, we're gonna try to go. We're gonna try to go this year.
It's cool.
I've never been. October, right?
Oh, if you've never been, you have to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like Vegas conventions, like SHOT Show and shit like that.
I mean,
similar deal, but just cars.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
The first time you go, it's always the best time.
Yeah,
because you've never.
And then like the second or third time, you're like, I've seen it all.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And like if it sucks to be there in Vegas for a week.
Yeah,
because like
after like day 4, you're like, fuck this place.
Yeah, my liver's gonna die, and like I haven't slept.
Yeah, but you guys get like take it out and stuff, or you take out.
Well, yeah, you do,
stuff,
and
right?
that's the problem.
That's exactly the problem because you have to work all day, and then you got to go do that. Most of the night.
The after parties.
I do that. I loved that shit, dude.
Oh, dude, when I was young,
I loved that shit.
When I was in my 20s, it was rad.
Nice restaurants. Dude, I was like up at like 3 or 4 a.m. doing like 24-hour oyster shooters and like waking up and be like, all right, let's go 8 a.m.
You have to actually work.
I see.
Hey,
I'm the
yeah, you did.
I'm the voice and the
You're
face.
the voice.
If the voice is
one morning, I woke up. I was in the shower and I was like, I can't talk. Like my voice. I lost my voice.
Yeah.
Like it was gone. And I was like, oh shit. And so I'm in there like, I don't know, trying to and
some
trying to wake it back up.
lozenges and shit. Yeah.
So like it takes its toll. And like I said, I'm not a young whippersnapper anymore.
Yeah,
so it adds up. But I would have terrible FOMO if I wasn't there. Just because it's...
Yeah, you're missing out on something.
Yeah, even though I only get to see a very small portion of it because I'm working the whole time. But like it's, you got to be there.
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
I'll be there. You guys should come check it out.
Hopefully we can pull it this year and we'll stop by.
And what are the dates of SEMA?
It's in...
Excellent question. It's over Halloween. So
I knew it was in
October.
It's like October, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah, the dates I don't remember. But I know... I want to say the 31st is the first day. If it's a...
Why would they do it on Halloween?
It's almost always over Halloween.
Really?
I've spent Halloween in Vegas every year for the past like 8 or 9 years, except for COVID year. That's been the only one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's got to be a fun time though.
Fremont.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Fremont.
People watching is top tier.
Yeah. Right on. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, you want to get some plugs? Do you got any plugs there, Jared?
I don't get it. I'm trying to think. I probably do have plugs, but I can't. Nope.
No plugs? I got 2.
Oh,
all right.
All right.
So, we, the Average Overlanders.
Ooh, that's right.
I have been spending so much time on this side project building the website. And
that too.
Yes. So, we are officially launching www.averageoverlanders.com. And what's cool about it, I mean, one of the main reasons why we're launching it is mainly because we had this one episode where we had an Instagram live and we were talking about like doing a cookout, camp out type of thing or whatever. And, one of the listeners, he actually came on the podcast called, we were talking about how Jillian and Rebecca has like a ladies' night camp out. We're like, what about the guys? And so one of the listeners was like, we'll do a little Smokies camp out. Obviously. And so we're like, that's a great idea. So we started talking, and it's just like kind of like a running joke, but we're actually having a little Smokies camp out and cook off.
Ooh, okay.
So we are working with our friend, a close friend of ours, Sean. He's been on the show too. He's a professional chef, and not just any regular chef. Like, he's not just like, oh, I work at some random restaurant. He worked at Disneyland for like 25 years or something like that. He was an executive chef there for Club 33, all that kind of stuff.
Fancy.
Yeah. So he knows he's got his stuff together, and now he's the head chef over at the Barn, University California Riverside, UCR.
Okay.
And beautiful venue, by the way. They're trying to get the word out about that restaurant. And Adam Twigrig and I went down there and saw it. It's amazing. Food is great. It's more of a barbecue style joint. It's also a music venue.
Yeah.
So go check it out. But he's the chef there. My point is that he's going to be helping us judge the food. So you have two shitheads here, Jared and Ben. We're going to be judging food, but we like all food, right?
I like hot dogs.
I like hot dogs.
But they're delicious.
But you're going to get a real chef's opinion. So we're going to be doing a little Smokies camp out.
Judge, other than that.
Little legit judge, yeah. And we're going to be doing this, and signups are on our website. So go to our website, www.
All genders welcome.
All genders welcome. We're not discriminating. Ladies, gentlemen, they, thems. I don't care. If you make some goddamn good food, you got to come out.
I want to taste it.
The sign up is on there. And so it says buy tickets. I don't know. I can't change the language of it.
We're working on it. Yeah.
But it's basically $20 to enter into the competition. And really what that goes to is because I had to pay money out of my pocket to reserve a site. So we all had a place to go.
Yeah. We reserved a campground for you, everybody, to show up and stuff. And then,
it's going to be at Black Mountain, which is up in the Idlewild type area, and reserve the group campsite. And we're going to have a little Smokies challenge. And it's, September 22nd through the 24th of this year.
Be some cool prizes if you win.
Be some cool prizes. We're going to have a cool trophy and bragging rights, obviously.
Obviously.
And, there's going to be some twists because we're going to have secret ingredients, kind of like some of the cooking shows. Oh, you have to incorporate the secret ingredient. So,
nice.
You may think you have a plan. We're going to throw you a curveball.
We're
going to fuck it up, dude. Yeah. But
something twisted like octopus or something like that.
No, you know what? Honestly, we're not all professional chefs that are entering into this competition. It's more about creativity.
Somewhat simple, yeah.
It's an ingredient and an element that can be literally used in any dish, right? And we're going to do it potluck style so people can actually enjoy what they're making because the judges are just getting a little taste.
Yeah, we'll have a little taste, but it'll be enough to feed everybody. And yeah.
Sounds fun.
And you can, even if you're not entering the cook-off, you can still come to camp with us.
Yeah.
So everybody's welcome.
Limited number, but come to the website, sign up. Obviously, people who are entering the cooking competition have priority, but everybody else can join. Even if you don't want to cook, you can still join, have a good time.
Out.
I'm bringing my projector screen and everything. We're going to watch some movies up there. It'll be a good time, man. We're going to do a little... I don't want to compare it to any sort of like Olaf event or Pure 4x4. It's literally just a cook-off competition with some cool people, try some good food.
It's an excuse to have fun and hang out,
man.
All about the food and the people, right? You say?
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
So go to the website, www.averageoverlanders.com. Sign up. There's the links all there. Check out the website. We also have all of our podcasts listed there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you want to figure out where to find the podcast, you can just tune in there.
And it'll evolve. We're going to be adding a bunch of stuff to the website. This is the initial launch.
And we're playing with it.
Yeah. So you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Dig
it. Hell yeah.
You got a website that you're plugging?
Yeah, it'd be iconvehicledynamics.com. That's my baby, I suppose. And if you read it there, I wrote it. So if it sucks, I'm sorry. but yeah, we got all the products up there and the blogs and all that mumbo jumbo. But
that's awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
So, yeah.
Right on. We'll check out Icon. Check
Obviously.
out Average Overlanders.
Hey.
And how do you want to do it, man?
As we usually do.
You want to catch us on the next one?
Sure, why not? We'll be there. Will you be there?
I'll be there.
All right, fuck it. We'll be there on the next one. Well, Scott, thank you for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate
it's been fun.
it. Yeah. Good times. Hope you all learned something. Figure it out.
Buy some icons.
Buy some icons. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.